It's time for Rancho Cucamonga Quakes Baseball. Brought to you in part by the Ontario Airport Marriott, Vineyard Bank, Charter Media, Galliano Winery, the City of Laughlin Convention and Visitors Bureau, Sprint, Chipotle, Red Roof Inn, the City of Rancho Cucamonga, Allstate Insurance, Farmer John, Xbox, Yellow Book USA, and NationwideSurveys.com. KWRM 1370 is the radio home for Quakes baseball all season long. Now, here's the voice of the Quakes, Rob Sinclair.
Wow, thank you very much. And indeed, here we are. The epicenter is the setting where tonight the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes will look to get back to their winning ways, looking to avenge last night's loss to the Visalia Oaks, which came by a final of 8-5. Fans, good evening to you. Rob Sinclair coming to you live from here in Rancho Cucamonga. And we mentioned last night an 8-5 loss for the Quakes. Everything started out pretty well for Rancho Cucamonga. The Visalia Oaks got a couple of runs in the top of the first. Rancho came right back with 3 runs in the bottom of the first. Nate Sutton scored on an error. Cliff Remily scored on an RBI ground out by Sean Rodriguez. And then after Michael Collins walked and stole a base, he scored on a 2-out RBI single by Baltazar Lopez. That put the Quakes up 3-2. They eventually would take a 4-2 lead on Josh LeBlanc's solo home run in the fourth. It was actually the first home run for LeBlanc in more than 2 years. He had not homered in 325 at-bats dating back to September 5th of 2004. It had been quite a while for JB, but he went yard in the fourth. That made it 4-2, but Visalia came back. They ended up scoring the next 6 runs. Got a 2-run homer by Sean Cumberland, his second 2-run homer of the game in the fifth, then scored 3 runs to break it open in the sixth, highlighted by a 2-run, 2-out double by Reid Brignac. That turned a 5-4 game into a 7-4 game, and Visalia went on to win from there. So tonight, Quakes turn the ball over to the right-hander Francisco Rodriguez. He comes in with a record of 0-2 and a 5.84 earned run average. He'll be opposed by Visalia left-hander Jonathan Barrett, who will make his second appearance of the season and his first start of the year. Barrett, no wins, no losses, and has not allowed an earned run. Originally, we thought it was going to be Gino Gonzalez, the left-hander for Visalia, with Barrett following him. It's actually going to be reversed, so Barrett starts, and Gino Gonzalez will be the first man out of the bullpen. Well, fans, first pitch coming up in about 15 minutes or so, but as always, we've got the Quakes On Deck show coming your way. Tonight, we're going to sit down and talk with Rancho Cucamonga catcher Michael Collins. He's, of course, one of the big offensive threats for the Quakes this season. Collins extended his hitting streak to 8 games last night, went 1 for 3 with a walk, a stolen base, and a run scored on the year. He's hitting better than .350 and ranks tied for 4th in the California League with 25 RBIs. He has had an outstanding season, and tonight he will start at first base for the first time this year. So we'll go ahead and step aside for 60 seconds. When we come back, it'll be the pregame comments of Quakes catcher Michael Collins. That's coming up in just 1 minute right here on the Quakes Radio Network.
This is Rob Sinclair, the voice of the Quakes for the Ontario Airport Marriott. If you're looking for a great place to eat, the Ontario Airport Marriott features the D Street Sports Bar and Grill, open daily from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 a.m., the Pacific Grill for the fine diner, or stop by the 24-hour Pacific Deli. The Ontario Airport Marriott is located at 2200 East Holt Boulevard, just off the 10 freeway. The Ontario Airport Marriott, a proud sponsor of your 2006 Quakes on the radio.
The Charter Media Friday Family Fun Pack is back. Get 4 club seats, 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas, a Quakes baseball, 2 Boomers miniature golf passes, 2 Cold Stone Creamery buy 2 get 2 free coupons, and a voucher for a free on-demand movie from Charter Media, all for just $38. The Charter Media Friday Family Fun Pack is available May 26th, June 16th, June 30th, and August 25th. For more information, call the Quakes ticket office at 909-481-5252.
Back here on the Quakes On Deck show, this is Rob Sinclair talking now with Quakes catcher Michael Collins. And Michael, let's take a look at yesterday's ball game. Open up this 9-game homestand in this 3-game series against the Visalia Oaks. Lose last night by a final of 8-5. Had some success early in the game. Had a 4-2 lead at one point. Things kind of got out of hand in the middle innings, and Visalia goes on to get the victory. But kind of take us through your impressions of last night's game.
Yeah, we got off to a good start. Had 3 runs in the first. It was great. And then not a lot happened after that. We had LeBlanc hit a home run. Was good. And then not a whole lot. Just couldn't quite hold it together. They scored a couple more runs here and there, and that was about it.
Yeah, let's talk about you and the job that you've been doing this year. You mentioned LeBlanc, with the home run. Obviously, you've had a lot of power numbers, a lot of RBIs. And how much does that stem from what you did last season, where it seemed like it was really a breakthrough year for you last year down in Cedar Rapids? Kind of like everything came together, and you've really carried it through this season.
Yeah, well, like you said, Cedar Rapids was great. It was nice to play every day, and then playing here as well. I've been playing every day so far, and been lucky. The team's been doing really well, giving me plenty of opportunities.
Talk about playing every day, because for the first time this year, we're going to see you at first base, and I know that's a position that you became pretty familiar with last year and ever since you signed. But what do you like about playing first base? What do you prefer about being behind home plate? What's the difference there?
Definitely being behind home plate. I'm a little closer to the action. I get to see exactly what's happening both ways. But first base it's fun out there too, and whatever keeps me in the lineup.
Yeah, we're talking with Quakes catcher Michael Collins here on the Quakes on Deck show. Now, in case nobody can't tell, you are from Australia. You've got the accent going on. Talk about growing up in Australia and how you came to pick baseball, because I know cricket's big there, Australian rules, football, rugby, soccer, everything's there. But how did you come to end up being on the baseball diamond?
Well, like most kids, I tried everything. Played everything from rugby, tennis. Even tried cricket for a year, and then I had a friend say, "Why don't you come try baseball?" Gave it a go and had fun, so here I am.
Talk about growing up there, because it's a comparatively small amount of guys that have come over from Australia. There are numbers, and you're starting to see more. You're starting to see usually, I don't want to say one guy on every team, but close to one guy on every team that's from Australia. But it's a close-knit fraternity of you guys that have come over and that are playing ball now, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. The baseball community in Australia is not as big as it is here in America, but with things like Australia winning silver at the Olympics and the Classic, baseball is becoming more popular in Australia, and hopefully it will continue.
Yeah, you mentioned the World Baseball Classic. Talk about the opportunity to play there and to put on the green and gold and represent your country. I'm sure that had to be a thrill.
Yeah, that was amazing. It's always great to represent your country, but just to play, I mean, we played against Venezuela and the Dominican, and even Italy had Mike Piazza behind the plate, so it was amazing.
Yeah, we're talking with Quakes catcher Michael Collins here on the Quakes on Deck show. A couple more questions for you. I want to talk about when you signed, because you were 16 years old when you signed, and you came over to the States. How strange was that? I mean, obviously, it's not like coming over from the Dominican or from Venezuela. We have to learn a new language, but you're still 16 years old. You're out on your own. It's a brand new culture. What was that like coming over?
It was a little different at first, having to cook my own meals every night and wash my own clothes. But like you said, I obviously knew the language, and Australia is very much like America. A few differences, but it wasn't much of a culture shock for me.
One final question. We'll turn our attention back to tonight's ball game, Game 2 of this 3-game series. Tonight we'll send the right-hander Francisco Rodriguez to the hill. We've seen kind of different faces of Francisco Rodriguez every time he's been out there. He's looked very good at some points. Other times he lasted one inning because of a blister. Got roughed up a little bit last time, but we know what he's capable of. What do you expect to see out of Frankie tonight?
I'm sure we'll get a good performance out of him. He'll compete every night. He'll go out there and give us what he's got.
All right, that's what we're going to be looking for. Those right there, the pregame comments of Quakes catcher Michael Collins. Now stay tuned for Quakes baseball coming up right here on the Quakes Radio Network.
A few years ago, a small bank from Rancho, Cucamonga started sending shockwaves through the banking industry. Vineyard Bank rolled through Southern California with a creative force that is changing the way we bank. We created small ripples at first, with innovative ways to move money quickly and effectively, where it would help businesses and families the most. Then our reputation grew stronger thanks to personal bankers with a can-do attitude committed to building lasting relationships. Vineyard Bank's financial performance was off the scale. A fast-growing bank with a rising stock. New, customer-friendly branches offering easy access to your money, opening throughout the Southland. Online banking on our award-winning website at www.vineyardbank.com. That's Vineyard Bank. Proud to be your hometown bank. Proud to support our hometown team. For more information, please call 1-800-442-4996. That's 1-800-442-4996.
back here at the Epicenter in Rancho Cucamonga as we await the first pitch in tonight's ball game. Just now, the Quakes manager Bobby Mitchell and the Visalia skipper Joe Zeckley heading out to home plate to exchange lineups with the umpires, who are dressed in white tonight. It's an interesting look for the umps. Got the white shirts, the either black or dark blue undershirts, and then the regular gray pants. We'll see if it improves their calls. Let's be honest, they've not been all that great as of late, but we'll see how it all works out for the umpires here tonight. Fans, while we've got some time in the pregame, let's take a look at the standings in the California League Southern Division, and we'll start in the South, where a couple of teams have already played. There were a couple of day games that went on today in the California League. Lake Elsinore got a victory over Stockton, 2-0, the final in that one. So Lake Elsinore moves to 19-13 on the year. The Storm, as of right now, with a one-game lead on the Inland Empire 66ers, because the Sixers also played early today, ended up holding a 4-3 lead going into the bottom of the ninth against Modesto. The Nuts rallied for a run in the bottom of the ninth, then got two runs in the 12th to defeat the Inland Empire 66ers 6-4 in 12 innings. So what that does to the standings is it does this. Inland Empire drops to 18-14. Lake Elsinore now 19-13. So the Storm a game in front of the 66ers. Then you've got High Desert, who is taking on High Desert playing tonight. Bakersfield. High Desert at Bakersfield tonight. Mavericks are 17-15. Now officially 2 games out of first place behind Lake Elsinore. The Quakes 2.5 out behind the Storm at 16-15. Then you have Lancaster at 10-22, bringing up the rear. In the Northern Division, it's still the San Jose Giants, who are really playing like the class of the league, defending league champions. They are 20-10. That includes a 14-4 mark at home. San Jose really cleaning up there at Municipal Stadium. They have a 4.5 game lead. I take that back, a 4 game lead on Modesto, who got the win this afternoon. So the Nuts are 4 back at 17-15. Stockton 15 up, 18 down. They are 6.5 out. Bakersfield 14-18, 7 games back. And then Visalia, tonight's opponent for the Quakes, are 13-19. They are 8 games out of first. So again, in the California League Southern Division, Lake Elsinore, with the win earlier today, has a full 1 game lead on Inland Empire, and San Jose in the north has a 4 game lead on Modesto. There's your look at the California League standings as we continue to await the start of tonight's ball game. Fans, while we take a look at the starting pitchers in this one, get you up to date with everything. Again, the Quakes will send Francisco Rodriguez to the hill tonight. Frankie's going to be making his 5th start of the year. His 5th appearance of the year, his 4th start. He got called up back on April 19th when Carl Gelino went on the suspended list, and then moved into the starting rotation a few days later when Rafael Rodriguez got promoted up to Class AA Arkansas. But Francisco Rodriguez comes in with a record of 0-2 and a 5.84 earned run average. He has lost both of his last 2 starts, went just 1 inning back on April 29th in Lancaster, gave up 3 unearned runs, threw 41 pitches in that 1 inning, and then developed a blister as he had to leave. Then got roughed up by Modesto his last time out, gave up 6 runs in 4 1/3. So that's the story on Frankie Rodriguez. For Visalia, they will throw the left-hander Jonathan Barrett. Again, we thought it was going to be Gino Gonzalez, another left-hander, but he will be the first man out of the bullpen tonight for Visalia. Barrett will get the start, has appeared in just 1 game. That was last Thursday against San Jose. Gave up 3 unearned runs in 4 innings of work with a walk and 3 strikeouts. So we'll see how it all pans out here tonight. Well, fans, Quakes have been introduced. They have taken the field. Let's go ahead and step aside for one last 60-second break. We'll come back with the first pitch and the starting lineups in this ballgame. Quakes and the Oaks, Game 2 of this series, coming up in 1 minute, right here on the Quakes Radio Network.
It's your first game. You got your gloves?
Yeah.
Good boy. All right, bright blue sky, beautiful green grass. You know, there's nothing better than baseball in the summer.
I guess.
Hey, where's that peanut guy?
Dad, we're in the living room.
Hooked on a clear picture? Get hooked on Charter HD TV with a picture 5 times sharper than regular TV plus theater quality sound. You watch television like never before. Get local channels in high definition with no equipment to buy. Go where satellite can't. Call 1-888-GET-CHARTER and get hooked. Service not available in all areas. Prices may vary.
Hey fans, Rob Sinclair here reminding you that any night is a great night to enjoy Quakes baseball. Our Monday Madness promotion gets you 2 tickets, 2 hot dogs, 2 sodas, and 2 popcorns for just $12. Come out for Weenie Wednesdays and enjoy delicious Farmer John hot dogs for just $1. And every Thursday, quench your thirst with $1 beers and sodas on Dave & Buster's Thirsty Thursday. To order Quakes tickets in person, stop by the Epicenter from 10 to 5 Monday through Friday and 10 to 2 on Saturday. You can also order by phone by calling 909-481-5252 or buy tickets online at rcquakes.com.
You're listening to Rob Sinclair and Quakes Baseball on AM 1370 KWRM Corona.
There you hear the last note or so of our national anthem, and now first pitch coming up in just a couple of minutes in Game 2 of this 3-game set between the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes and the Visalia Oaks. The right-hander Francisco Rodriguez will begin his warm-up tosses for the Quakes. Let's go ahead and take a look at how the Oaks will line up against them. Visalia checking in with a record of 13-19 on the year. Again, they are in last place, 8 games back of San Jose in the California League Northern Division. Leading it off for the Oaks is the center fielder, Fernando Perez. Then it's the shortstop, Reid Brignac, and the right fielder, Sean Cumberland, who hit those big 2 two-run homers in last night's win for the Oaks. Cumberland will hit third. Josh Arhart once again is catching and hitting cleanup. John Jaso back as the DH. He will bat fifth and hitting sixth. The pride and joy of Pewaukee, Wisconsin, Christopher Nowak. He will play first base. In the bottom third of the order, Patrick Green is in left field. He bats seventh. Making his series debut is Chris Duffner, a switch-hitting third baseman who will hit eighth. And then rounding things out in the ninth spot is the second baseman, Josh Asanovich. So again, for the Oaks, they go with Perez, Brignac, and Cumberland, Arhart, Jaso, and Nowak, followed by Breen, Duffner, and Asanovich. And the starter, once again, is the left-hander, Jonathan Barrett. Now, there you have part one of the starting lineups. We'll give you part two in the bottom half of this first inning as Francisco Rodriguez has finished his warm-up tosses. Vitals on Mexrod, as he's called. A right-hander, 6'3", 220 pounds, signed as a free agent just this past December. And Rodriguez making his first professional season here in 2006. On the year, no wins, 2 losses, and a 5.84 earned run average. Those 2 losses coming in his last 2 starts. Rodriguez is ready to go. Fernando Perez, the switch hitter, is in from the left side. And Francisco Rodriguez with the sign, kicks and deals. And the changeup catches the outside corner as we are underway just a minute late at 7:06 this evening. 0-1 the count on Fernando Perez. Outfield is around toward left on him. He was late on this fastball, fouls it back to the screen, and quickly 0-2. Francisco Rodriguez has worked 12 1/3 innings this year, giving up 8 earned runs on 19 hits. Tim Duff, the catcher, sets up on the inside part of the plate. 0-2, came in too far inside and hit him. Looked like it got Perez right on the hip. As he will hobble his way down to first base. He has started well, got 2 quick strikes on Perez, but then hits him, and the leadoff man reaches here in the top of the first. That's already the 3rd batter that Rodriguez has hit this year. That ties him for the team lead in 12 1/3 innings. He also has 5 walks and 5 strikeouts, and opponents are hitting .365 against him. So Perez, who has good speed aboard at first. Here's Reid Brignac, the shortstop, in from the left side. And Perez off and running with the first pitch. Throw down to second by Tim Duff is not in time. A good throw maybe gets Perez, but that throw bounced once from Duff and was to the shortstop side of the second base bag. Sean Rodriguez, the shortstop, was covering had to reach back across his body, and by the time he swept the tag onto the legs of Perez, the speedy leadoff man was already safe at second. So for Fernando Perez, stolen base number 10 on the year. He is now 10 out of 16. An RBI opportunity for Reid Brignac. As Rodriguez misses outside with the curveball, it's 1-1. Quakes wearing the home whites, with the white tank tops, white pants, and black undershirts. Black socks, too. You can see Francisco Rodriguez with the high socks look. Fastball on the inside corner, and it's 1-2. Visalia, meanwhile, decked out in the road grays. Gray tops, gray bottoms, and black undershirts. Everybody wearing short sleeves out there tonight. It's a beautiful night for baseball out here at the Epicenter. Hazy night. Lights have just been turned on. Not much of a breeze to speak of. The 1-2 curveball wrapped foul outside the first base bag. Tremor trying to make a play on that one and couldn't handle the bounce, as this one will ricochet into right field where Drew Toussaint will toss it into the seats. And it's still 1-2 on Reid Brignac. No score here in the top of the first. Runner at second with nobody out for Visalia. Brignac stands in, hitting .362 on the year. Leading hitter in the California League with 6 home runs, which is tied for fourth, and 27 RBIs. Puts him in third place. Broken bat fly ball into right field. Toussaint gets a good beat on it and makes the catch. Strong throw back to the infield. Will hold Perez at second. So Brignac flies to routine right field. Perez stays put, and that's one out here in the top of the first. I'll always set up the Quakes defensively for you. Begin to the outfield, where the fans here at the Epicenter get their first look at Pat Riley in left field. Riley just got called up back on El Cinco de Mayo. May 5th, got called up from Cedar Rapids when Matt Pauley was promoted up to Arkansas. So Pat Riley in left, Cody Fuller in center, and Drew Toussaint moves over to right field tonight. Here's Sean Cumberland in from the left side for Visalia. Fastball low for ball one. So Riley, Fuller, Toussaint left to right in the outfield. On the infield for the Quakes, Freddy Sandoval and Sean Rodriguez, as usual, on the left side of the infield at third and short. On the right side, Ryan Leahy gets the start at second. Michael Collins makes his first start of the year at first base. And behind the plate is Tim Duff. There's a curveball swung on and fouled back to the backstop. They even had a ball and a strike on Sean Cumberland. Very dangerous power hitter. Cumberland hitting just .243 on the year, but 9 home runs. Tops in the California League. And 28 RBIs is second, behind only Matt Miller of Modesto. Sean Cumberland hit a couple of 2-run homers last night to propel Visalia to the win. 1-1. Nasty little changeup there from Francisco Rodriguez. Big swing and a miss by Cumberland. And it is 1-2. Outfield pretty much straight away against Cumberland. Native of Pace, Florida, 10th round pick in 2003. There's the 1-2. Fastball a little bit low. And it's even up 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fans still filing into the ballpark here in Rancho Cucamonga. Everybody getting their seats and getting acclimated. 2-2. Curveball missed up high, and it's gone from 1-2 to 3-2 on Sean Cumberland. First base is open, and there is a right-handed hitter on deck in the form of Josh Arhart. Look back to second by Rodriguez. Now home with a 3-2 and a bouncing ball foul outside of first base. That's barehanded by the hitting coach, Manny Castillo. And he'll reach over the railing and hand it to a young fan. And we do it again, 3-2. Joe Zeckley, the manager, coaching third. Manny Castillo coaching first for the Oaks. Here's the the 3-2 from Rodriguez. Line drive foul the opposite way this time into the left field seats. One intrepid, hard-charging fan will race after that one with his glove on. I'll just give it a look. He went down about 7 steps, gave it a look, and said it wasn't worth it, going back to his seat. Duff with an inside target. Here's the 3-2 again, down and in, and getting past Tim Duff, who tried to backhand it. That'll be a walk and a wild pitch, pass ball, okay. So a walk for Sean Cumberland. That's the first walk given up by Francisco Rodriguez, and on the play, Fernando Perez goes to third on what will be a pass ball charge to Tim Duff. So runners on the corners now with one out here in the top of the first. Visalia threatening, and they don't even have a hit. Perez was hit by a pitch to start this game, then stole second base. Brignac fly to right, then Cumberland walked. And we just mentioned the pass ball that moved Perez to third. So 2 on, 1 out. And here's the cleanup man, Josh Arhart. There is a silver lining. It's that the double play is in effect. That's what the Quakes will play for on the infield. Arhart hitting an even 200 this year, 4 home runs, 8 runs batted in, and he has hit into 2 double plays. So we'll see if Francisco Rodriguez can get the pitcher's best friend here. Try to work down in the zone and get Arhart to beat something into the ground. First offering was down in the zone, but too far low. And it's a ball and no strikes as he missed with the fastball. Arhart, big right-handed hitter, 6'1", 240 pounds. Originally from Garden Grove, California. Repeating the year in High Class A with the Visalia Oaks. Here's that ground ball Rodriguez was looking for. Right to Sean Rodriguez. To second for one. Leahy's relay is in time. And that gets Francisco Rodriguez out of the inning unharmed. 6-4-3 double play, just what the doctor ordered for Frankie Rodriguez. As it goes, Sean Rodriguez, Ryan Leahy, Michael Collins at first. 6-4-3. And despite a hit batter and a walk, no harm done for Francisco Rodriguez here in the top of the first. Visalia turned away empty-handed. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left. To the bottom of the first we go. It's Visalia nothing. And the Quakes coming up.
Galliano Winery, located at 1431 Wineville Road in Mariloma, California. In business since 1927, the Galliano family's roots run deep in Cucamonga Valley's winemaking history, offering a unique array of 25 varieties, including award-winning wines as well as custom labels. The Galliano tradition continues to grow in the Inland Empire. Try the latest award-winning wines in a relaxed country atmosphere of the tasting room. Enjoy a tour of our landmark complex or relax in the beautiful picnic grounds. To reach Galliano Winery, call 909-685-5376. That's 909-685-5376. Or stop by Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Sunday, 10:30 a.m. to 5 p.m.
The 2006 Rancho Cucamonga Quakes aren't always playing baseball at the Epicenter. During their downtime, you can catch them playing the official gaming console of the 2006 Quakes, Xbox 360.
It's your first game. You got your glove?
Yeah.
Good boy. All right, bright blue sky, beautiful green grass. You know, there's nothing better than baseball in the summer.
I guess.
Hey, where's the peanut guy?
Dad, we're in the living room.
Hooked on a clear picture? Get hooked on Charter HDTV with a picture 5 times sharper than regular TV plus theater quality sound. You'll watch television like never before. Get local channels in high definition with no equipment to buy. Go where satellite can't. Call 1-888-GET-CHARTER and get hooked. Service not available in all areas. Prices may vary.
Bottom of the first, and Cody Fuller will lead it off for the Quakes. As the left-hander Jonathan Barrett has finished his warm-up tosses, let's take a quick look at how the Quakes will line up. Rancho with a record of 16-15 on the year. Cody Fuller, the center fielder, leads it off. Then it's the third baseman Freddy Sandoval, and as usual, Sean Rodriguez, the shortstop, will hit third. First offering to Cody Fuller, a changeup swung on and missed, and it's 0-1. Michael Collins back in the cleanup spot. He will play first base tonight. Ben Johnson, the DH, hits fifth, and Pat Riley gets the start in left field. And Riles will bat 6. 0-1 to Fuller. Curveball, outside corner. And it's 0-2. Bottom third of the order, Drew Toussaint in right field, bats 7th. The catcher, Tim Duff, hits 8th, and rounding things out in the 9-hole is the second baseman, Ryan Leahy. The 0-2 to Fuller, fastball down and away. It's a ball and 2 strikes. So again for the Quakes, they go with Fuller, Sandoval, and Rodriguez. Collins, Johnson, and Riley, followed by Toussaint, Duff, and Leahy. And the starter is the right-hander, Francisco Rodriguez. There's the 1-2 to Cody Fuller. Inside out swing, hit pretty hard, but right to the second baseman, Josh Asanovich. Handles a tricky hop and throws out Cody Fuller. Score that one 4-3, and the leadoff man gone here in the bottom of the first. Tell you what we know about Jonathan Barrett, a slightly built left-hander, 5'9" and 165 pounds. A fifth-round pick back in 2003. Barrett originally from Springfield, Missouri. Working from the windup to Sandoval. Takes a fastball strike, 0-1. Barrett has appeared in just one game for Visalia this year. He spent some time on the disabled list earlier this year. This one down low to Sandy. 1 ball, 1 strike. He works quickly. This one lined into center field, but right at Fernando Perez. He'll make the catch. That was a case of Sandoval hitting the ball too well. If he puts that one into the gaps, he's still running. Instead, just lined out sharply to center, and there are 2 away. No score here at the bottom of the first. Base is empty as Sean Rodriguez will dig in. Jonathan Barrett has appeared in one game, gave up 3 unearned runs against San Jose on Thursday. 5 hits, a walk, 3 strikeouts, and 4 innings of work for him this year. It's a fastball strike to Rodriguez. It's 0-1. Sean Rodriguez hitting .336. 4 home runs, 14 RBIs. Curveball missed inside, 1-1. Rodriguez just outside the top 10 in the California League in batting. Another curveball, this one up high. And it's 2 balls and a strike. Sean from Miami, Florida. 6 foot tall and 190 pounds. Fouls this fastball back to the screen. Even at 2-2. This one fouled off the top of the netting. And we do it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Outfield straight away on Rodriguez. 2-2. A curveball. Rodriguez stayed on long enough to get a piece up. Rodriguez could get aboard. Michael Collins would be next. Quakes do very well when they score first. 13-3 this year when scoring first. Not going to happen here in the first inning as Rodriguez grounds one to Asanovich at second base. Routine play for Asanovich. And that does it for the Quakes here in the bottom of the first. Couple of ground balls to Asanovich and a sharp line drive to center. And all adds up to a 1-2-3 inning for Jonathan Barrett. Quakes go in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. To the second we go, scoreless here in Rancho.
Great moments in Laughlin history. Jeff from Barstow tries out his new camera phone.
Hey, Jeff sending pictures from Laughlin.
Looks like you rented a jet ski.
Cool. Nice floating by a pontoon boat.
Are there girls on there?
Yeah, those are girls.
Are they?
Yeah, and they're really tan. I think he's in a casino now.
Are the girls with him?
They're blowing on his dice. Nice, he won.
Good. He owes me money.
They're in a nightclub now.
Whoa.
Knee-deep in females.
That never happens when we're with them.
Hello?
Hey, man, you guys should have come down here.
Hey, baby. Woo!
Jeff says hello.
Uh-huh.
I hate Jeff.
Laughlin, Nevada. Founded on fun.
I don't want to know what that is.
For information, call 1-800-4-Laughlin or go to visitlaughlin.com.
For 60 years, you've included Best Western in your family's summer vacation. To say thanks, the Best Western hotels of California, Hawaii, and Nevada are offering a limited edition $50 Best Western travel card and up to 20% off your stays with their baseball fan rate. Experience the best summer ever with the Best Western hotels of California, Hawaii, and Nevada, because when you stay any 6 nights with them through August 19th, you'll receive a $50 travel card to use toward a future Best Western stay anywhere in the world, including the 338 hotels in California, Hawaii, and Nevada. Visit them today at bestwesternbaseball.com or call 866-743-8738. And remember to book the baseball fan rate.
Pioneer Radio and Sports would like to thank the following businesses who are committed to customer service.
This Quakes broadcast is brought to you in part by Summit Construction. Quality concrete construction guaranteed. By Shelton's Poultry, celebrating over 80 years of being a proud American business. By Pit Stop Embroidery, Pit Stop for quality embroidery services. And by Accent Computer Solutions Incorporated. We can handle it.
Top of the second here in Rancho Cucamonga, and John Jaso broke his bat on a little pop-up that's caught by Ryan Leahy for the first out here in the second. So that's the second bat that Francisco Rodriguez has broken in this game. He saw it off Reid Brignac back in the first on a routine fly to right. And breaks Jaso's bat here to lead off the second. So Jaso pops up to second. And here's the first baseman, Christopher Nowak. No score here in the top of the second. Nowak will stand in from the right side. He's hitting .305. No home runs and 19 runs batted in. Rodriguez, the right-hander, out of the line. And the fastball strike of the knees at 0-1. Nowak, a good game last night. Couple of hits. And 2 runs scored. 0-1. Fouls the fastball back over our heads and out of play. And it's 0-2 now. Fans, want to remind you that Quakes Baseball is brought to you in part by Chili's Bar and Grill in Rancho Cucamonga. Located at 10598 Foothill Boulevard, enjoy the atmosphere inside or the convenience of Chili's to go. That's Chili's. Live a little. 0-2 outside, a ball and 2 strikes. I want to say hi to everybody working at Chili's tonight. They hooked us up with the press box food tonight. Did their usual great job with it. We appreciate all that they do for us. Curveball fouled away this time. Still 1-2. Talked to my good friend Danielle over at Chili's today. Usually I've got all the confidence in the world in our press box food partners that they're not going to forget about us. But still, I'm a type A personality, so I gotta double check with everybody. 1-2 fastball just missed inside. Tim Duff left that ball there for the home plate umpire and didn't get the call. It's 2-2. But usually I like to call, sometime in the afternoon. We usually pick the food up about 5:30, and today I called about 10 minutes past 5. And because with Chili's, we put in a special order every now and then. And I talked to Danielle, and she's like, "Yep, I'm on top of it." And I was like, "See, this is why everybody loves Chili's." So, good on you, Danielle. Foul ball down the right field side. Pretty good battle here between Rodriguez and Nowak. As it remains 2-2. This is game 2 of a 3-game set. Finish the series tomorrow, but still have another 6 days to go in the homestand. 3 more against High Desert over the weekend and 3 against San Jose beginning on Monday. There's a fastball called strike 3 at the knees. Christopher Nowak goes down looking and makes the slow walk back to the dugout. First strikeout for Francisco Rodriguez. He's got a walk and a strikeout now. And 2 away here in the second. Base is empty for the Visalia left fielder, Patrick Breen. No score. Neither club with a hit in this one. Visalia has had the only base runners. They got runners on the corners back in the first. But Rodriguez got out of it with a double play. Breen going after the first pitch. Sends it into left field. This is routine for Pat Riley as he settles under it and puts the leather to it. A 1-2-3 inning for the right-hander Francisco Rodriguez as he sets Visalia down in order here in the top of the second. Nothing but zeros for the Oaks. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. To the bottom of the second we go. It's still the Quakes nothing and the Oaks nothing.
A ball club wins with teamwork and a winning game plan. Doesn't planning for your financial future deserve that same careful attention? Glenn Hardcastle Insurance Banking Company knows it does. With 20 years of experience in life insurance, they will teach you how to use an insurance policy, not just buy it. Learn to use your term insurance to double your 401k or IRA's future income, or triple your future income through equity management. Find out more by calling Glenn Hardcastle at Insurance Banking Company. Find them in your phone book or visit their office in Upland in the Foothill Bank Building on North Mountain Avenue.
Dog waste left on a lawn or sidewalk is disgusting, especially when left on your lawn. But it doesn't end there. It becomes a public health risk. When it washes away with the rain or a hose off any lawn or street surface and drains directly into the Santa Ana River, carrying harmful bacteria. As a dog owner, you can set a good example by picking up after your pet every time. Your actions will influence your family and your neighbors. Please take the following steps to care for your canine and help protect your neighborhood and public health. Clean up after your dog every time. When you grab the leash, grab a bag and have it with you. Take advantage of the complimentary bags offered in dispensers at local parks and use them to dispose of your pet's waste. Make sure you always have extra bags in your cars so you are prepared when you travel with your dog. Carry extra bags when walking your dog and make them available to other pet owners who are without. Teach kids how to properly clean up after a pet. Encourage them to throw used bags into the nearest trash receptacle if they are away from home or on a walk. For more pollution prevention tips, please call the City of Rancho Cucamonga at 909-477-2740, extension 4060. 909-477-2740, extension 4060.
Bottom of the second and middle third of the Quakes order due up against the left-hander Jonathan Barrett here in a scoreless ball game. It'll be Collins, Johnson, and Riley 4, 5, and 6 to face the southpaw. Fans, want to remind you that Quakes baseball is brought to you in part by the Outback Steakhouse of Ontario, located at 4492 Ontario Mills Parkway, just across from the Ontario Mills Mall. Outback Steakhouse of Ontario is the home of the world-famous Bloomin' Onion. At Outback, it's no rules, just right. Pitch outside to Michael Collins, 1-0. Hey, how perfect of a segue is this? Collins, the native of Canberra, Australia. Canberra, the capital of that country. Had a good talk with Michael Collins before the game. Been doing play ball story on him for the next homestand. Fastball high and away here, 2 balls and no strike. And one of the things I really wanted to talk to Collins about is talk about when he came to the United States, he was 16. Fastball strike, it's 2-1. I mean, imagine that. You're 16 years old and you're going literally halfway across the world. Big curveball, a little bit low, I guess. 3-1, good hitters count now for Collins. And I was like, what were your friends doing? He's like, oh, they were in school. No, I went to Arizona. It just makes you shake your head, you know. 16-year-old kid playing professional baseball. That's tough. 3-1, bouncing ball left side, takes a low hop on Brignac, the shortstop. Still backhands it, sticks with it, and throws out Michael Collins. That's a pretty nice play by Reid Brignac, moving to his right towards the hole there on the left side. And that ball did not come up as high as he thought it was going to. Skidded on him a little bit, but he makes the play. Score it 6-3. Collins retired, and that's 4 in a row for Barrett to start this game. Now here's Ben Johnson in from the right side. BJ a switch hitter. Batting .238 this year. Couple of home runs and 13 runs batted in. First offering, fastball upstairs, 1 ball, no strikes. Set up the Oaks defensively for you. In the outfield, Patrick Breen is in left. Fernando Perez in center. Sean Cumberland is over there in right. 1-0 outside. 2 balls, no strikes. So again, Breen, Perez, and Cumberland in the outfield left to right. On the infield for Visalia, Chris Duffner at third, Reid Brignac at short. On the right side, Asanovich plays second. Nowak plays first. And the catcher is Josh Arhart. So strike to Johnson. 2 balls and 1 strike on Ben Johnson, a catcher by trade, although he can also fill in at first base and in the outfield as well. This one off the end of the bat, popped up into short right field. Asanovich will barely get off the infield dirt as he puts it away. So Johnson pops up to the second baseman. 2 gone, and here's Pat Riley, the left fielder. This is my first look at Pat Riley. He did play over the weekend in Bakersfield after getting called up from Cedar Rapids. Riley 1 for 6 all told. He pinch hit on Saturday, I believe, and then got the start on Sunday and went 1 for 5 with a double. First offering here, change up down low, and it's 1-0. Left-hander against left-hander in this situation. No score here in the bottom of the second. 1-0. Curveball came inside, almost hit him. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. Pat Riley from Sparks, Nevada, signed as a free agent out of the University of Arizona in 2004. Rips this one into right field over the head of Cumberland and up against the base of the wall. Extra bases for Pat Riley. He will stop at second. Cumberland ended up bobbling that ball out there in right field. And if Riley hadn't gotten that stop sign, I think he probably could have made it to third. But at the same token, why bother to risk it? Because you never want to make the last out of an inning at third base. There are 2 outs. He's already going to be going on contact with Drew Toussaint at the plate. So really, he probably could have made it, but probably is not 100%. There's no reason to risk it. So Riley doubles. First hit of the game for either club, and an RBI opportunity for Drew Toussaint as he takes the fastball outside. It's 1-0. And this would be big if Drew Toussaint could come through right here. Toussaint in a terrible slump right now. 0 for his last 17 with 9 strikeouts over that stretch. See if he can bust out of it right here. As Barrett, the lefty, will work from the stretch. Toussaint, the big right-handed stick, in at the plate. A 190 average this year for Drew. Swing and a miss on a curveball, and it's 1-1. DT has some pop. 3 home runs, 8 RBIs. Hit 21 jacks for Cedar Rapids last year. But again, you can't go up there trying to hit a home run. Just got to go up there looking to make contact. Pitch down low and covered up by Arhart. And it's 2 balls and a strike. Bobby Mitchell looking on from third base. Craig Grayback, the hitting coach, over there at first base for the Quakes. 2-1, slow curve, outside. And it's 3 balls and a strike. The good hitters count for Drew Toussaint. Tim Duff waits on deck. See if Drew can get something he can drive right here. Outside target from Arhart. The 3-1 ground ball back up the middle. Backs through into center field. There's the hit Toussaint was looking for. Riley racing around third. He's going to score. It's a 2-out RBI single for Drew Toussaint, and that gives the Quakes a 1-0 lead. And a well-deserved pat on the butt for Drew Toussaint as he goes back to the first base bag from Craig Grayback. That snaps an 0 for 17 streak for Drew Toussaint. As the Quakes strike first with a couple out here in the bottom of the second. Riley doubled and comes in to score, and the inning continues for Tim Duff. Going after the first pitch, lofts it foul down the right field side. And it's 0-1 on Duffer. Good for Drew Toussaint. I know Bobby Mitchell was talking to him, telling him to just to relax a little bit. Toss over to first, and Drew is back. You get into one of those vicious cycles when you're struggling as a hitter. You start pressing, and you're not You're not hitting because you don't care, but because you care too much. And you're just trying to do everything. As Duff gets underneath this one, pops it up into short right center field. Cumberland, the right fielder, will come in and make the catch, and that does it for Rancho here in the bottom of the second. But the Quakes strike for a little two-out rally here in the bottom of the second. Pat Riley, the newcomer, with a double to the wall in right field. He scores on the two-out RBI single by Drew Toussaint. That's how the Quakes take a 1-0 lead. So a run on 2 hits, no errors and 1 left. Let's go to the third. Quakes on top, 1-0.
An advantage in sports is playing in front of the hometown crowd. The next time you're looking to refinance, buy, or sell, get that same hometown advantage with Legend Realty and Loans. Looking to refinance but have a prepayment penalty? No problem. They can pay up to $7,000 in prepayment penalties. Looking to buy? Ask about their buyer assistance program. Looking to sell? Ask for your free market evaluation. Call 909-945-8708. That's 909-945-8708. Legend Realty and Loans in Rancho Cucamonga.
Hey folks, Rob Sinclair here to tell you about the good people at Nationwide Surveys and what they can do for your business. They can handle customer surveys, employee feedback, and even online and on-site data collection. That's Nationwide Surveys, reliable feedback, fast. Call them today at 1-800-252-0640 or visit them at nationwidesurveys.com. That's 800-252-0640 or online at nationwidesurveys.com.
The Quakes aren't always playing baseball at the Epicenter. During their downtime, you can catch them playing the official gaming console of the 2006 Quakes, Xbox 360. Xbox 360 is the most powerful video game and entertainment system out there, delivering the best games, the next generation of premier Xbox Live online gaming services, and unique digital entertainment experiences that revolve around you. Xbox 360, available now at your local retailer. Jump in at www.xbox.com for more information.
Top of the third, and our first look at the Visalia third baseman, Chris Duffner. And he'll lead things off against Francisco Rodriguez. Duffner, a switch hitter in from the left side, takes a fastball strike, and it's 0-1. Duffner, Astanovich, and then back to the leadoff man, Fernando Perez, 8-9-1. Due up for the Oaks here in the third. Rodriguez misses down and away, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Duffner did not play last night, hitting 180 on the year in 18 ball games. This one downstairs, 2-1 now the count. 180 average, no home runs, 6 RBIs for Duffner. Switch hitter from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. 2-1. Looked like a slider from Rodriguez. Swung on and missed. And it's even up at 2-2. Quakes up 1-0 here in the top of the third. And I mentioned earlier, Quakes 13-3 when scoring first this season. So a good sign for Rancho. A swing and a ball fouled right at home plate. And it stays even at 2-2. Duffner, a 38th round pick back in 2003. Back at Visalia for his second season. Duff sets up on the inside half. And the 2-2. Hit sharply to the first baseman, Michael Collins. Knocks it down into foul ground. And won't get a throw off to first as Duffner reaches safely. Going to be an error charge to Michael Collins. As the leadoff man reaches for the second time here in 3 innings for Visalia. So Duffner aboard. The Oaks still without a hit against Francisco Rodriguez. They've gotten base runners on a hit batter, a walk, and now an error. And here's Astanovich, right-hander against right-hander. First pitch, a sharp one, hopper to Leahy from his backside. He'll go to second for one, on to first. Are you kidding me? They turn 2. Oh, baby, Ryan Leahy had that ball jump up right to eye level It knocked him backwards. He held on to the ball and then sitting on his butt threw to second base. Rodriguez took the throw and completed the double play onto first. That is a heck of a play by Ryan Leahy to stick with that one. And the Quakes turn 2 for the second time. 4-6-3 this time. As it goes Leahy to Sean Rodriguez and on to Collins for the twin killing. So much for that error. Bases are empty, and Perez takes the fastball down low. It's 1-0. So Francisco Rodriguez has made his first turn through the order. No runs, no hits, a walk, and a strikeout, plus a hit batter for Francisco Rodriguez through the first 9 hitters. Back with a strike to Perez, and it's 1-1. Heck of a play right there by Ryan Leahy. Had to move a little bit to his left. Now, that ball was hit pretty hard, folks. Fastball up high to Perez. 2 balls and a strike. And then the hop that it took. Very impressive that Leahy stuck with it. Two one. Foul up into the seats on the third base side. Young girl will chase after that. It's even at 2-2. Quakes up 1-0 here in the top of the third. Base is empty, 2 out. Round of applause for the fan who ended up with that foul ball. Rodriguez from the wind. Here's the 2-2 on the way. Fastball upstairs. And it's gone full 3-2. Second time tonight that Francisco Rodriguez has gone to a full count. And he walked Cumberland on a full count back in the first. There's the payoff pitch to Perez. In the air, foul down the left field side, and we'll do it again. Wind has picked up a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. Blowing as usual out towards the right field corner. So probably 10 miles an hour or so, 10 to 12. There's the 3-2 again for Rodriguez. In the air, left field, and playable for Pat Riley. He'll drift towards the line, makes the catch. And despite the error by Michael Collins, it's a 1-2-3 inning turned in by Francisco Rodriguez as he's helped by that fantastic defensive play by Ryan Leahy to start the twin killing. Visalia gets nothing in the third, no runs, no hits, 1 Quakes error, no runners left. We're through 2.5, and the Quakes on top of Visalia, 1-0.
Pressed for time? Gotta get something good for the family and real quick? Think Chipotle. For gourmet meals on the run, Chipotle Mexican Grill is famous for their huge portions. Plus, it's fresh. Fresh gourmet burritos and tacos prepared the way you like it. Nothing processed or frozen. Plus, their recipes are created by a classically trained chef. No, not that type of classical, but it will be music to your mouth when you bite into a Chipotle burrito stuffed with 17 different ingredients and marinated in their famous Chipotle adobo sauce. And for those of you who like to eat healthy, skip the tortilla and have a burrito bowl because they get fresh veggies delivered every day. Add some lettuce and homemade guacamole, and you've got a salad fiesta. Chipotle has a brand new location in Norco, or for one nearest you, visit their website at chipotle.com. Chipotle, where their burritos let you cover all 4 food groups in one single bite, and fast food that is not only healthy and fresh, but you can eat it with your hands. Chipotle, now open in Norco on Hamner between 1st and 2nd Street, or find a location nearest you at chipotle.com. That's Chipotle, CHIPOTLE.com.
Friends and family visiting you this summer? Don't worry. Add a room instantly by calling your friends at the Red Roof Inn. Red Roof Inns offer quality rooms, friendly service, great rates, and kids stay free. Plus, as a Ready Card preferred member, you'll earn points towards free room nights. With 360 Red Roof Inns nationwide, you'll find locations everywhere, including Ontario, San Dimas, and Victorville. Visit us today at redroof.com or dial 800-RED-ROOF.
Bottom of the third, and Ryan Leahy will get it started for the Quakes. Rancho Cucamonga up a run on Visalia, 1-0 the score as Leahy leads it off. Then back to the top of the order with Fuller and Sandoval. 9-1-2 due up against the left-hander Jonathan Barrett as he misses inside with a fastball. It's 1-0. Leahy hitting .292 on the year for the Quakes. No homers, 4 RBIs. Lashes this one foul down the right field side. And it's even at 1-1. Outfield straight away against Leahy. 1-1, high and away. And it's 2 balls and a strike. Ryan, the native of Salem, Massachusetts, played his college baseball at Boston College, signed as a free agent in 2004. 2-1, swung on and fouled back to the netting. And it's even up at 2-2. Leahy called up from Cedar Rapids back on April 23rd when Devin Day got promoted up to Arkansas. Of course, that was the whole trickle-down effect with Meister Isturis going on the DL at the big league level. Here's a line drive over the head of a leaping Chris Duffner at third base and fair down the left field line. Extra bases for Ryan Leahy all the way into the left field corner. A stand-up double for Leahy to open things here in the bottom half of the third. And the Quakes in business. Looks like Barrett tried to work the inside corner right there and just left it out over the middle. And Leahy jumped all over it for his first extra base hit of the year. So leadoff double for Leahy. He's in scoring position. And here's Cody Fuller. Fuller hitting .355, fourth in the California League in batting average. No home runs, 12 RBIs. Curveball from Barrett on the inside corner. That's a called strike. And it's 0-1. Barrett has made his first turn through the order. A run on 3 hits, no walks, no strikeouts. He tied the first 5 men he faced. Since then has given up hits to 3 of the last 4 batters he has faced. 0-1. Now Fuller shows bunt, pulls it back, and Barrett missed down low with the curveball. But Earhart, the catcher, there to cover it up. And it's even at 1-1 as they hold Ryan Leahy at second base. Field straight away on Fuller. Former 2-sport star at Texas Tech. 1-1. Fastball missed up in the zone. And it's 2 balls and a strike. Fuller 0 for 1. Grounded out back in the first. Long look back to second by Barrett. Now Fuller shows one, gets a good one down up the third base line. Barrett will pick it up, throw to first, not in time, and past the first baseman. No walk down the right field line. Coming in to score is Leahy. Going to second is Cody Fuller. And the Quakes now lead it 2-0. It'll be a throwing error charge to Jonathan Barrett. I think that probably should be a hit for Cody Fuller. We'll see if that gets changed later. But for now, it is an error all the way for Barrett. As Leahy comes in to score, and Cody Fuller goes to second base. I mean, at the very least, if you're not going to get Fuller a hit there, at the very least, you need to give him a sacrifice and not charge him with an at-bat. There's a curveball strike to Sandoval, a little bit high, and it's 1-0. In fact, you know what? Folks, there's a reason I keep my scorebook in ink, because once it goes in, it's official, it's final, and we're going sacrifice. So sacrifice in my book for Fuller, and then he goes to second on the throwing error. Here's a bunt by Sandoval. Off the hill is Barrett. This time he'll make the play and throw out Sandoval as Fuller goes to third. So a sacrifice bunt for Freddy Sandoval. He is out 1-3. And Cody Fuller goes to third. So Fuller 90 feet away, only one out, and the infield will come in against Sean Rodriguez. Quakes up 2-0. This curveball down in the dirt, bouncing away from the catcher Arhart, and Fuller's going to come in and score standing up. A wild pitch, charged to Jonathan Barrett. Fuller comes home, and the Quakes now on top 3-0. So a double, a sacrifice, a throwing error, another sacrifice, and now a wild pitch. And the Quakes on top 3-0 as that one misses outside to Rodriguez, and it's 2 balls and no strikes on Sean Rodriguez. Base is empty. Back to the curveball goes Barrett. There's a strike, and it's 2-1. Now fastball swung on and missed. It's even at 2-2. Sean Rodriguez 0 for 1, grounded out back in the first. On the year, however, hitting .336 with 4 home runs and 14 runs batted in. 2-2. Called strike 3, a fastball down at the knees, and Rodriguez goes down looking. The first strikeout for Jonathan Barrett. 2 gone here in the bottom of the third. And now here's Michael Collins, the cleanup man. Collins looking to extend that hitting streak to 9 games tonight. He's already had a 9-gamer once already this season. Trying to do it for the second time here tonight. First pitch swinging, out underneath it, fouls it off to some empty seats over there on the right field side. Fans will try to track it down, and it's 0-1. Collins, 6'3", 215 pounds. Still just 21 years old. Won't turn 22 until the second half of this season. Middle of July is his birthday. 0-1, late on a fastball away. And it's 0-2 now. Collins had it all come together offensively last year. Stayed healthy, played in 100 games for Cedar Rapids, hit .320. 7 homers, 64 RBIs, and it's just all carried over this year. .351 average, 3 homers, and 25 ribs. 0-2, curveball sounded like a broken bat, and it's foul down the left field side. Collins still hit that ball pretty hard, even though he got jammed on it. And he did break his bat. He'll go to the dugout and get a new piece of lumber. Take advantage of this break in the action, folks, to remind you that Quakes Baseball is brought to you in part by Romano's Macaroni Grill of Rancho Cucamonga. Located at 10742 Foothill Boulevard. Choose from more than 35 Italian specialties. Romano's Macaroni Grill, all the Italian you need to know. So Collins has a new bat. Back in from the right side. Barrett, the lefty, from the wind in the 0-2. Lined into the gap in right center field. But it'll be tracked down and caught by the right fielder, Sean Cumberland. He was shaded towards right center just a touch. Got a pretty good jump on the ball as well. And Collins flies out to end the inning. But Rancho Cucamonga attacks on 2 more runs here in the bottom of the third. 2 runs on only 1 hit. Ryan Lakey led off with a double. He scored on a throwing error by Jonathan Barrett. Cody Fuller reached on that error and then came in to score on a wild pitch. So 2 runs on 1 hit. 1 by Celia error, and no runners left. We're a third of the way through. Go to the fourth, and the Quakes enjoying a 3-0 lead.
Made possible in part by Shelton's Poultry. We know it's our freedoms that make our country and our community great. At Shelton's, we'd like to take this opportunity to salute the men and women at home and abroad who protect those freedoms. Shelton's Poultry knows that our military personnel make great sacrifices for the benefit of us all. They allow us the opportunity to live, work, and feel safe. Shelton's Poultry, celebrating over 80 years of being a proud American business.
You wouldn't want your favorite sports team to only play offense or only play defense. So when it comes to insurance, why settle for someone that can handle only your auto policy? Bring your home and auto insurance to Allstate now, and you can save big on both. You deserve someone that can assist you more. That's Allstate stand. Are you in good hands? Hey, sports fans, call Allstate agent Pamela Polson at 909-628-6688 7633 today. Subject to availability and qualifications, Allstate Insurance Company, Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company, and Allstate Indemnity Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
In baseball, there are day games, night games, and even the occasional twilight doubleheader. But you'll never see a first thing in the morning game. That's because mornings are for Farmer John. Whether it's delicious hardwood smoked bacon, savory sausage, or juicy ham steaks, they're all made fresh right here in the Southland. There's even Farmer John quick serve bacon and sausage. It's ready in seconds. So share your afternoons and evenings with the Quakes. But mornings are for you and Farmer John. Get fresh. Get Farmer John.
Reid Brignac leading it off for Visalia here in the top of the fourth. Looks at a fastball down and away from Francisco Rodriguez. And the count 1-0. Brignac, Cumberland, and Arhart. 2, 3, and 4 due up for Visalia here in the top of the fourth. Fastball on the inside corner there from Francisco Rodriguez. And it's a ball and a strike. Quake leading this game 3-0 here in the fourth. Game 2 of a 3-game series. And day 2 of a 9-game homestand for Rancho. 1-1 to Brignac. Big swing and a miss out in front of the changeup. It's 1-2. Brignac 0 for 1. Fly to right back in the first. Had a big game last night, though. Couple of doubles and 2 RBIs. Calls time and steps out. Brignac having a big year. 362 average, 6 home runs, and 27 driven in. 1-2 from Francisco Rodriguez. Line drive over the head of a leaping Michael Collins at first. And sharply into right field. Drew Toussaint gets to it quickly, and a good job by Drew Toussaint to hold Reid Brignac to a leadoff single. And if he's aboard, that's the first hit of the night for the Visalia Oaks. And Brignac aboard to start things here in the fourth. Fans, before we go any farther, we have reached the top of the 8 o'clock hour. Let's go ahead right now and step aside for station identification. You're listening to the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes Radio Network.
You're listening to Rob Sinclair and Quakes Baseball on AM 1370 KWRM Corona.
So Brignac aboard. Here's Cumberland in from the left side. The infield goes to double play depth behind Francisco Rodriguez. Opens with a fastball down and in for ball 1. Quakes have turned a couple of double plays behind Rodriguez already. 6-4-3 variety to end the first inning, and then a fantastic 4-6-3 double play started by Ryan Leahy back in the third on a ball that was ticketed right for his forehead. 1-0, fastball strike outside corner. And it's even a 1-1 on Sean Cumberland. Cumberland, the league leader in home runs. He's got 9 on the year. Had 2 home runs in last night's win for the Oaks. It was the third time this year he's had 2 home runs in a game. Swinging a ball fouled at the plate as Brignac was off and running with the pitch. Hit and run was on. But Cumberland fouled that ball at home plate. Back to first goes Reid Brignac. And the count 1-2. Brignac has decent speed over there at first. Not much of a threat to go just by himself, but you get him started and then put the hit and run on, he can pick up an extra base. Brignac on the year 4 out of 7 in stolen base attempts. He's held at first by Michael Collins. Duff, the catcher, will set up outside. The 1-2. Curveball bouncer right to the second baseman. Leahy to second for 1. Sean Rodriguez on to first in time. They did it again. 4-6-3. Leahy to Rodriguez to Collins. And so much for that leadoff single as the Quakes pick up their third twin killing in the first 4 innings. So Brignac erased. Base is empty, 2 gone, and here's Arhart, the catcher. Base is empty, 2 out. Quakes up 3-0. And a big swing and a miss on a fastball by Arhart. It's 0-1. Arhart swinging out of his shoes right there. Only hitting .200 on the year, but does have some pop. 4 home runs and 8 runs batted in. 0-1, checked his swing, held up on a fastball. It's a ball and a strike. Put those 4 home runs in perspective for Josh Arhart. That would tie him for the Rancho Cucamonga team lead. Sean Rodriguez has 4 home runs for the Quakes. 1-1, hit hard and past the third baseman, Freddy Sandoval. That's on the ground into left field. A 2-out single for Josh Arhart. And that keeps the inning going for John Jaso, the DH. Arhart aboard at first. And here's Jaso, who popped up back in the second. Jaso, a native Californian. He's from McKinleyville. 12th round pick back in 2003. Stands in from the left side. Rodriguez, the right-hander, from the stretch. And the first pitch, a fastball low and inside for ball 1. Jaso hitting .353, 5th best in the California League. 1 home run, 10 runs batted in. 1-0 in the air, short left field, going to be trouble towards the line. It will drop foul. Maybe a foul by 1.5 feet as Riley was coming in from left and Sandoval was going out from third base. Neither one could get there, but it's no problem. Strike in the books on Jaso, and the count is even at 1-1. Fans, make sure you come on out to the Epicenter tomorrow. Finish up this 3-game series with Visalia, and it's going to be a thirsty Thursday. $1 drinks all night long. Come on out, bring some friends. Good time will be had by all. Rodriguez with a sign, 1-1, high and deep down the right field line, but this is thankfully going to hook foul. As Drew Toussaint watches it sail over the wall, but foul and out of play off the bat of Jaso. And now Rodriguez in the driver's seat, a ball and 2 strikes. Quakes up 3-0. Got a run in the second on an RBI single by Drew Toussaint, then 2 in the bottom of the third. That base hit for Toussaint snapped an 0-for-17 streak. Duff to the outside part of the plate. 1-2, line drive into right field. That's a base hit. Josh Arhart will stop at second. But back-to-back singles from Arhart and Jaso. And Visalia with 2 on and 2 out for Christopher Nowak, the first baseman. Visalia did not have a hit for the first 3 innings. Now they've got 3 here in the top of the 4th. Good thing Frankie Rodriguez got that double play off the bat of Sean Cumberland. And Nowak in from the right side. Struck out looking back in the second, the only strikeout so far for Francisco Rodriguez. Right-hander against right-hander. Outfield straightaway. Check of the runners by Rodriguez. Outside with a changeup. And it's 1-0. Nowak, a big guy there at the plate. 6'5", 240. Rodriguez steps off, and the runners go back to first and second, respectively. Nowak hitting .305. No homers, 19 RBIs. This one hit pretty well out towards center field. Back on a Fuller, still going back, and he'll make the catch in front of the warning track. Long run for Cody Fuller, as Nowak got those arms extended and hit the ball pretty well just to the wrong part of the yard. Fuller tracks it down, and despite 3 hits here in the top of the 4th, Francisco Rodriguez turns in another score this inning, thanks in large part to that double play started by Ryan Leahy. So the Oaks in the 4th get no runs despite 3 hits. No Quakes errors. 2 are left. To the bottom of the 4th we go. Rancho Cucamonga with the lead on Visalia, 3-0.
Galliano Winery, located at 1431 Wineville Road in Mariloma, California. In business since 1927, the Galliano family's roots run deep in Cucamonga Valley's winemaking history, offering a unique array of 25 varieties, including award-winning wines as well as custom labels. The Galliano tradition continues to grow in the Inland Empire. Try the latest award-winning wines in a relaxed country atmosphere of the tasting room. Enjoy a tour of our landmark complex or relax in the beautiful picnic grounds. To reach Galliano Winery, call 909-685-5376. That's 909-685-5376. Or stop by Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Sunday, 10:30 a.m. to 5 p.m.
The Charter Media Friday Family Fun Pack is back. Get 4 club seats, 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas, a Quakes baseball, 2 Boomers miniature golf passes, 2 Cold Stone Creamery buy 2 get 2 free coupons, and a voucher for a free on-demand movie from Charter Media. All for just $38. The Charter Media Friday Family Fun Pack is available May 26th, June 16th, June 30th, and August 25th. For more information, call the Quakes ticket office at 909-481-5252.
It's the bottom of the 4th. And Ben Johnson will get things started for the Quakes. Johnson, Riley, and then Drew Chusall, 5, 6, and 7 here in the bottom of the 4th. Quakes on top 3-0. Benny Boy in from the right side. A switch hitter tried to check his swing on a curveball, went around. And it's 0-1. Johnson 0 for 1, popped up back in the second. 0-1. Fastball outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Johnson heating up at the plate, hitting .375 over his last 4 games. Swinging a miss on a high fastball there. And it's 1-2. Johnson 6 for his last 16. With 5 RBIs in his last 4 games. 1-2, fastball outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Johnson, pretty similar numbers between hitting right-handed or hitting left-handed. A little bit better hitting right-handed like he is here. Right underneath this one and pops it foul off to our right. Scramble ensues in the seats. It's still 2-2. Johnson hitting .250 right-handed and .232 left-handed. So not really a big difference one way or the other. 2-2, curveball, hung it. And this one lined into left field for a leadoff single. Patrick Breen, the left fielder, thought about coming in to try to make a catch, then thought better of it. And surrenders the leadoff single. So Ben Johnson gets his first hit of the night. Quakes have 4 as a team. And a nice piece of 2-strike hitting there by Ben Johnson. Stayed alive and then waited for Barrett to hang that curveball. So Johnson aboard at first. Here's Pat Riley. Johnson got a great jump to throw down his second over the head of the shortstop Brignac and into center field. And Ben Johnson is going to take third on the play. Stolen base for Ben Johnson. And a throwing error charged the catcher, Josh Arhart. For Johnson, it is his second stolen base of the year. He is 2 for 2 in that department now. As the count is 0-1 on Pat Riley. He's in from the left side. Grounds this one to the first baseman, Nowak. Right to Nowak. He'll take it to the bag himself. No chance for Ben Johnson to advance. Score is 3 unassisted. And that's the first out here in the bottom of the 4th. is interesting here, folks. Visalia, at least on that pitch, had left the middle infield back. Now they're going to bring all the infielders in. And I wonder if maybe the middle infielders just weren't on the same page, because back in the third inning, when Cody Fuller was at third base, they brought the infield in. Now with Drew Toussaint at the plate, infield is in, and the curveball is down low from Barrett. And it's a ball and no strikes. Quakes up 3-0 here in the bottom of the fourth and looking for more. Toussaint got the Quakes on the board with an RBI single back in the second. Another curveball, this time catches the outside corner. It's 1-1. And RBI for Toussaint back in the second. Snapped an 0 for 17 streak. Gave him his 9th run batted in of the year. Don't need a hit here, just hit something in the air deep enough to score Johnson from third. Toussaint calls time and steps out. Drew from Compton, California. Fastball, outside corner. And it's 1-2. Outfield straight away. Barrett, the lefty from the stretch, 1-2. Fastball way high and outside. And it's even up 2-2 on DT. Toussaint hitting 190. 3 homers and now 9 RBIs. 2-2. Fastball called strike 3 on the outside corner. And Toussaint goes down looking. Second strikeout of the night for Jonathan Barrett. We'll see if Tim Duff can come through with 2 outs. Johnson was at third base with nobody out. But Riley grounded out on a ball Johnson couldn't score on. And now Toussaint strikes out looking. So it's on the shoulders of Tim Duff. Curveball down in the dirt, and Arhart covers up. 1 ball and no strikes. Duff hitting .222. No home runs, 2 RBIs. Left-handed pitcher, right-handed batter. 1-0. Another curveball from Barrett. Outside with that one, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Good hitters count for Duff. Ryan Leahy waiting on deck for the Quakes. Duffer calls time and steps out. Tim Duff appearing in just his 7th game of the year for the Quakes. Playing time hard to come by when you've got Michael Collins and Ben Johnson playing your position. 1-1. Fastball swung on and missed. The 2-0 swung on and missed. And now 2 balls and a strike. That's another instance where the Quakes have all 3 catchers in the lineup tonight. 2-1, high and away, 3 balls and a strike now. Tim Duff catching, Ben Johnson DHing, and Michael Collins playing first. Duff climbing back in. 3-1. Tapper off the end of the bat, back to the pitcher, Jonathan Barrett. He'll make the toss to first, and it's in time to get Tim Duff. Score that one 1-3, and the Quakes turned away empty-handed after they had a great scoring opportunity. Ben Johnson, with that leadoff single, got to third with nobody out, and the Quakes cannot bring him home. Let's hope that run does not prove large as we progress in this ballgame. Quakes in the fourth, no runs on a hit. 1 Visalia error, and Ben Johnson stranded at third. To the 5th we go. Quakes still on top of the Oaks, 3-0.
Great moments in Laughlin history. Jeff from Barstow tries out his new camera phone.
Hey, Jeff sending pictures from Laughlin.
Looks like you rented a jet ski.
Cool. Now he's floating by a pontoon boat.
Are there girls on there?
Yeah, those are girls.
Are they hot?
Yeah, and they're really tan. I think he's in a casino now.
Are the girls with him?
They're blowing on his dice. Nice, he won.
Good. He owes me money.
They're in a nightclub now.
Whoa.
Knee-deep in females.
That never happens when we're with them.
Hello?
Hey, man, you guys should come down here.
Hey, baby.
Jeff says hello.
Uh-huh.
I hate Jeff.
Laughlin, Nevada. Founded on fun.
Oh, I don't want to know what that is.
For information, call 1-800-4-LAUGHLIN or go to visitlaughlin.com.
Whether it's your first Little League T-shirts or employee apparel, there's just something special about putting on a uniform and feeling like part of a team. If you're promoting your club, team, or business, you owe it to yourself to contact Pit Stop Embroidery. In addition to providing custom embroidery, they can custom make just about any promotional product your company can think of. So gather your ideas and call 1-800-5-STITCH. That's Pit Stop Embroidery, serving you since 1990. Find them online at pitstopembroidery.com.
Top of the fifth, bottom of the order, due up for Visalia. In the ball game, the Quakes lead 3-0. Patrick Green, Chris Duffner, and Josh Asanovich, 7, 8, and 9, due up against the right-hander Francisco Rodriguez. Fans, my name is Rob Sinclair. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of your Wednesday night with us here at the Epicenter, along with my partner in crime, Mark Fiore. Tonight's producer and director doing his usual great job. Here's a diving stop by Leahy at second. To first, not in time. Boy, heck of a play by Leahy, though, as he was going full bore to his left, trying to take away a hit on a bouncing ball by Patrick Green. And Leahy, with full extension, made a diving stop on the edge of the right field grass. His throw to first not quite in time. But heck of an effort by Ryan Leahy. So an infield hit for Breen. Visalia gets the leadoff man on for the fourth time in 5 innings. Breen's first hit. Now here's Duffner, the switch-hitting third baseman. And again, Quakes will go to double play depth. Toss over to first, and almost a wild throw from Francisco Rodriguez. Collins had to be quick on that one. As Breen got back in. Both clubs with 4 hits. Oaks have made 2 errors. Quakes have committed 1. Duffner's in from the left side, going after the first pitch. Slices this one into center field. Routine for Cody Fuller. Comes in a few steps and puts the leather to it. Back to first goes Patrick Green, and that's 1 out here in the top of the 5th. That brings us to the number 9 man, Josh Asanovich. He's hit into one of the 3 double plays turned by the Quakes tonight. Cumberland and Arhart, the 3 and 4 hitters respectively, have hit into the other 2 for Visalia. Asanovich stands in from the right side. Quakes have turned 4 double plays in a game this season. That is their season high. Toss over to first. And Breen is back standing up. Quakes turned 4 double plays against Lake Elsinore back on April 24th. So if Francisco Rodriguez can match that here tonight. First offering to Asanovich down low. Nice job by Duff to slide to his right and cover that one up. And it's 1-0. Josh Asanovich from Apache Junction, Arizona. It's a lovely town. 11th round pick back in 2004. Split time between Southwest Michigan and Visalia last year. Toss over to first, and Breen is back standing up once again. Quakes up 3-0 here in the top of the 5th. 1 on, 1 out for Visalia. 1-0 to Asanovich. Slider down and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Asanovich looks down to the manager, Joe Zeckley, giving the signs over there at third base. 2-0. In the air, left field, right at Pat Riley. He'll come in, make the catch around waist high. And Breen goes back to first. So Asanovich hit the ball pretty well, but lines out to left. Pat Riley judged the depth of that ball correctly. Takes the double play out of effect, but Quakes don't mind. 2 gone here in the 5th, and there's the leadoff man, Fernando Perez. He's hitless tonight. Was hit by a pitch in the 1st. He eventually got to 3rd, but was stranded there. Then flied out to end the 3rd. Switch hitter in from the left side. Rodriguez from the stretch. Bouncing ball back up the middle. Handled by Sean Rodriguez. He'll step on the second base bag to force out Patrick Breen, and that does it for Visalia here in the top of the 5th. Fielder's choice, Breen out on the play, 6 unassisted. And after that leadoff infield hit, Rodriguez sets the Oaks down in order. Visalia in the 5th, no runs on a hit, no errors and 1 left. We're halfway through. Go to the bottom of the 5th, and the Quakes on top, 3-0.
Is contaminated water runoff, which carries oil, grease, or other chemicals that drip or spill onto the ground into the street. This water continues through our communities untreated until it reaches the Santa Ana River and eventually the ocean. Contaminated runoff from your business is a violation of local laws for which you could pay a fine. So please, sweep outside areas and put the debris in the trash. Never hose them down or sweep into the curb or storm drain. Make sure dumpsters have lids to reduce blow-away litter, and call your trash hauler to replace your dumpster if it leaks. Empty mop water and other dirty water into a mop sink or floor drain. Do not illegally dump the water outside. Use non-toxic cleaning products whenever possible. Dispose of all toxics such as pesticides and cleaning products through a hazardous waste hauler. These items are too toxic to trash. And obtain spill containment and cleanup kits for your business. For more information about stormwater pollution prevention, please call 800-CLEANUP or the City of Rancho Cucamonga at 909-477-2740 extension 4060.
Today's broadcast is brought to you in part by JP Construction Company, specializing in commercial and retail construction and renovations. But unlike many contractors, JP Construction doesn't just build buildings, they build relationships. JP Construction Company prides itself on its honesty, reliability, and integrity. They're fully licensed and bonded, and no project is too big or small. That's JP Construction Company, an honest and loyal contractor. Find them in your yellow pages.
Here at the epicenter, Ryan Leahy leading off for the Quakes here in the bottom of the 5th, taking a fastball down low from Barrett. And it's 1-0. Leahy to start, then back to the top of the order with Fuller and Sandoval, 9-1-2. Due up as Leahy showed bunt, pulled it back, and gets a strike called against him for his efforts. And it's 1-0. Excuse me, 1-1. Leahy started the 3rd inning with a double down the left field line, then came around to score. Strike there from Barrett, and it's 1-2. Fans, want to remind you that Quakes baseball is brought to you in part by Round Table Pizza of Rancho Cucamonga. Bouncing ball left side, handled by the shortstop Reid Brignac as he charges in and throws out Ryan Leahy. 6-3 the scoring, and 1 away here in the 5th. And Quakes baseball brought to you in part by Round Table Pizza of Rancho Cucamonga. Bring in your Quakes ticket stub and get a large one-topping pizza for just $10.99 plus tax. Visit Round Table at 7201 Archibald Avenue or give them a call, 980-8040 for delivery. So leadoff man gone. There's Cody Fuller making a curveball for a strike, and it's 0-1. Fuller 0 for 1, grounded out in the 1st. And reached base and scored in the 3rd. Another strike from Barrett. And it's 0-2 now. Line scores look like this. Quakes, 3 runs, 4 hits, 1 error. Visalia, no runs, 4 hits, and 2 errors. 0-2, fastball high and outside. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. Cody Fuller, the native of Valverde, Texas. 48th round pick last year. Down and away, 2 balls, 2 strikes. played both football and baseball at Texas Tech, followed in his dad's footsteps as a football player for the Red Raiders. And as a younger brother, Lance, is a safety for the Raiders now. Outside, and it's full 3-2. Foul back to the screen, and we'll do it again. Fuller having a great season, hitting .355. No home runs, 12 runs batted in. There's the payoff pitch from Barrett. Fastball down and away for ball 4. So Cody Fuller works a one-out walk from Jonathan Barrett. The first free pass allowed by the left-hander tonight. And 1 on and 1 out for Freddy Sandoval. Sandy 0 for 1. Toss over to first. Close play, but Fuller's back. Don't put it past Bobby Mitchell to put on the hit and run or something equivalent to that here in the bottom of the 5th. Cody Fuller might try a straight steal. He's held at first by Christopher Nowak. He's chased back with another throw. Fuller 6 out of 10 in stolen base attempts, tied for second on the team in stolen bases. And Freddy Sandoval handles the bat as well as anybody in this Quakes lineup. Left-handed pitcher, right-handed batter. Sandoval, a switch hitter. Barrett taking his time, now comes home. And the changeup is on the outside corner. It's 0-1. We were talking about Ben Johnson earlier being pretty much identical, right-handed or left-handed. Quick toss over to first, and Fuller gets back. And Freddy Sandoval pretty much the same. Sandoval, when hitting right-handed, batting .269. When hitting left-handed, batting .263. So really no difference there. 0-1, fastball down low. And it's a ball and a strike. Sean Rodriguez waiting on deck. Quakes trying to extend a 3-0 lead here in the 5th. 1-1. Change up outside. 2 balls and a strike as Sandoval wanted to go after that one. But checked his swing. But 2-1 on the native of Tijuana, Mexico. 8th round pick in 2004 out of the University of San Diego. Toss over to first. And again, Fuller is back. To Sandoval. Bouncing ball, third base side. Eats up Duffner. That's a fair ball down the left field side. Going to third on the play is Fuller. And taking second is Freddy Sandoval. We'll see how they want to rule it. Duffner didn't really do a good job of getting his body in front of that ball. Did not knock it down. The ball is not hit overly hard. It's going to be an error charged to Chris Duffner. So a 2-base fielding error for Chris Duffner. And that will put runners at second and third and might be the end for Jonathan Barrett. Joe Zeckley is out of the dugout, and indeed, we are going to have ourselves a pitching change here in the bottom of the 5th. So a walk, a 2-base error, and that's all she wrote for Barrett here in the bottom of the 5th, as we will have our first pitching change of the night. Fans will go ahead and step aside for 60 seconds. Come back and tell you all about the new Visalia pitcher when we return. Quakes on top 3-0 and looking for more here in the bottom of the 5th. We'll see what happens when we return in 1 minute here on the Quakes Radio Network.
A few years ago, a small bank from Rancho Cucamonga started sending shockwaves through the banking industry. Vineyard Bank rolled through Southern California with a creative force that is changing the way we bank. We created small ripples at first, with innovative ways to move money quickly and effectively, where it would help businesses and families the most. Then our reputation grew stronger thanks to personal bankers with a can-do attitude committed to building lasting relationships. Vineyard Bank's financial performance was off the scale. A fast-growing bank with a rising stock. New, customer-friendly branches offering easy access to your money, opening throughout the Southland. Online banking on our award-winning website at www.vineyardbank.com. That's Vineyard Bank. Proud to be your hometown bank. Proud to support our hometown team. For more information, please call 1-800-442-4996. That's 1-800-442-4996.
Back here at the epicenter, bottom of the fifth inning, and the new pitcher for Visalia is the left-hander Gino Gonzalez. As he comes on here in the bottom of the fifth, fans do want to tell you about a scoring change on that last ground ball by Freddy Sandoval that got past the third baseman Chris Duffner. Instead of a two-base error on Duffner, it's going to be an infield hit and then an error. So a single for Sandoval. He goes to second on the error, and Cody Fuller still ends up at third. So this is a situation that Gino Gonzalez comes into here in the bottom of the fifth. He inherits two runners, Fuller at third, Sandoval at second, both the responsibility of Jonathan Barrett, and the first man that Gonzalez will face is the right-hander hitting Sean Rodriguez. Opens with a curveball strike, and it's 0-1. Tell you about Gino Gonzalez, a left-hander from Las Vegas, Nevada, 6'2", 210 pounds. A 46th round selection back in 2002. Infield drawn in against Sean Rodriguez. Went down and golfed this changeup foul down the right field side. And Rodriguez behind in the count, 0-2. Left-handed pitcher, right-handed batter. Gonzalez working immediately from the stretch. 0-2. Fastball high and away. 1-2 strike. Gino Gonzalez was who we originally thought was going to pitch tonight, or who we thought was originally going to start tonight for Visalia. He got flip-flopped with Jonathan Barrett. Numbers not great for Gonzalez this year. 0-3 with a 5.46 earned run average. 1-2 to Rodriguez. Was on that fastball, fouled it back off the very top of the screen, and it's still 1-2. Gonzalez appearing for the seventh time this year. His first 6 appearances were all starts. Now he works in a relief role here tonight. He's given up 23 runs and 36 hits in just 23-plus innings. Fastball up and in there, 2-2 on Sean Rodriguez. Quakes up 3-0 here in the bottom of the fifth. Runners at second and third, and only one out for Rodriguez. He is 0 for 2 tonight. Grounded out in the first, then struck out looking in the third. 2-2 from Gonzalez. Off the end of the bat, slow roller to the first baseman, Nowak. Stepped on first and got the out at home plate. And that's going to end the inning. Cody Fuller can't believe the call. Neither can Bobby Mitchell, as he is up in arms with the home plate umpire. I'll tell you what, that's a heck of a play by Christopher Nowak, as he stepped on the first base bag to get the force and then threw home. And apparently Josh Arhart's tag was in time to get Cody Fuller. And Bobby Mitchell is hot about that call. And Mitch is probably on the verge of getting himself tossed. He just tossed a bat out of the way, and Mitchell having his say, and it's not going to make difference. That's going to do it here in the bottom of the fifth. So a double play. Rodriguez grounds out 3 unassisted. Fuller out on the play. 3-2. And that does it for the Quakes. Nothing doing for Rancho Cucamonga. No runs on a hit. One Visalia error. One runner left. To the sixth we go. Quakes still on top of the Visalia Oaks, 3-0.
When you're looking for a contractor, you want to work with a professional. Around here, the place to call is Summit Construction. They're the residential and commercial contractor where quality construction is guaranteed. They specialize in all areas of residential construction. They build top quality homes, do room additions, and even can build you a custom swimming pool or spa. With 25 years of experience, they do it all. For a free quote, call 909-821-2840 or see them online at summitpools.net. Summit Construction, where quality is guaranteed.
The 2006 Rancho Cucamonga Quakes aren't always playing baseball at the Epicenter. During their downtime, you can catch them playing the official gaming console of the 2006 Quakes, Xbox 360. Xbox 360 is the most powerful video game and entertainment system out there, delivering the best games, the next generation of premier Xbox Live online gaming services, and unique digital entertainment experiences that revolve around you. Xbox 360, available now at your local retailer. Jump in at www.xbox.com for more information.
Pure energy.
Share excitement.
Sky Sailing at the Warner Springs Airport offers you the chance to enjoy the grace, freedom, and joy of soaring.
Sky Sailing offers rides for 1 or 2 passengers in a sailplane.
Mention this radio station and get 15% off a 40-minute ride.
Give that someone special a flight ticket or treat yourself to the panoramic view of the backcountry in a sailplane.
Call Sky Sailing at 760-782-0404. That's 760-782-0404.
Open 9 to 5 every day.
For more information, go to www.skysailing.com.
One ball and 1 strike to count on Reid Brignac as we're underway here in the top of the 6th. Rancho Cucamonga on top 3-0. Brignac to be followed by Cumberland and Arhart. 2, 3, and 4 for the Visalia Oaks. This one skied into foul ground on the third base side. Just now coming down into the seat. Takes one big hop and bounces out of the ballpark. And getting booed there for not putting more effort into catching that one. And it's 1-2. It's a good crowd tonight here at the Epicenter. They're into it. Got a lot of people from the Webb schools in front of us. A private high school in Claremont, California. Line drive caught by the first baseman, Michael Collins. Nicely done by Collins. As Brignac didn't hit that one overly hard, but Collins didn't have to move a little bit. Going to his left towards that first base line. Makes the play. And 1 away here in the 6th. Don't know if it's just a high school, the Webb schools, or if there are younger kids that go there. But I believe the entire freshman class is out here tonight. So I want to say hi to them, spending the evening with us here at the Epicenter. Here's Cumberland in from the left side, swing and a miss. And it's 0-1. Fans, want to remind you that Quakes Baseball is brought to you in part by Esther Tacos in Upland. Serving authentic Mexican food 7 days a week. Esther features tacos, burritos, quesadillas, and fajitas. No one down low, a ball and a strike. Give them a call at 946-8111 for catering information, or swing by their location in the Red Hill Shopping Center at the corner of Grove and Foothill and enter to win free Quakes tickets. That's our friends at Esther Tacos. Here's a little one-hopper. Back to the pitcher, Francisco Rodriguez. Easy toss over to first. Score that one 1-3. Cumberland retired, and Frankie Rodriguez cruising right along here in the 6th. He has retired 5 in a row. This is his best stretch of the night. Base is empty, 2 away, and here's the catcher, Josh Arhart. Quakes up 3-0. Arhart hit into a double play in the first, single his last time up in the 4th. Take the fastball strike here. It's 0-1. One from Rodriguez. Slider swung on and missed. And 0-2 now on Arhart. Fans getting their wish as the mascot Tremor makes his way into the seat. A little bit off to our right. Big sweeping curveball down low from Rodriguez, and it's 1-2. There's the confetti going into the seats. Always a good time when Tremor starts climbing around on the chairs. 1-2. Reached out and fouled back. And we'll do it again, a ball and 2 strikes. Outfield straight away against Arhart. Duffer setting up outside. Here's the 1-2 from Rodriguez. Check swing. They one around, go down to first to complete the strikeout, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Francisco Rodriguez here in the top of the 6th. Arhart could not check his swing on that slider down and away, and throws down to complete the strikeout. 2 Ks for Francisco Rodriguez, and Visalia down in order here in the 6th. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. To the bottom of the 6th we go. It's still 3-0 in favor of the Quakes.
Pressed for time? Gotta get something good for the family and real quick? Think Chipotle for gourmet meals on the run. Chipotle Mexican Grill is famous for their huge portions. Plus, it's fresh. Fresh gourmet burritos and tacos prepared the way you like it. Nothing processed or frozen. Plus, their recipes are created by a classically trained chef. No, not that type of classical, but it will be music to your mouth when you bite into a Chipotle burrito stuffed with 17 different ingredients and marinated in their famous Chipotle adobo sauce. And for those of you who like to eat healthy, skip the tortilla and have a burrito bowl because they get fresh veggies delivered every day. Add some lettuce and homemade guacamole, and you've got a salad fiesta. Chipotle has a brand new location in Norco, or for one nearest you, visit their website at chipotle.com. Chipotle, where their burritos let you cover all 4 food groups in one single bite, and fast food that is not only healthy and fresh, but you can eat it with your hands. Chipotle, now open in Norco on Hamner between 1st and 2nd Street, or find a location nearest you at chipotle.com. That's Chipotle, CHIPOTLE.com.
Teamwork. It's important on the field and off. When it comes to engineering services, more people are teaming up with Bonaldo Engineering. They feature a full spectrum of structural, consulting, engineering, and design build services. Whether it's commercial, industrial, or residential, go with a winning team. Bonaldo Engineering. For information or a consultation, call 944-9992 or stop by their office at 9480 Utica Avenue, Suite 607. Bonaldo Engineering, a proud sponsor of Quakes Baseball.
Bottom of the 6th, middle third of the order, due up for Rancho. Michael Collins, Ben Johnson, and Pat Riley, 4, 5, and 6 against the left-hander Gino Gonzalez, who begins his first full inning of relief work. Check swing by Collins on a curveball. He went around, and it's 0-1. Michael Collins 0 for 2 tonight. Grounded out in the 2nd, flied out in the 3rd. Looking to extend his hitting streak to 9 games. No batting gloves. He taps this one foul back to the backstop. And Gonzalez ahead on him, 0-2. Outfield straight away on Michael Collins. Hitting .351 this season. 3 home runs and how about 25 RBIs in 28 games. 0-2 from Gonzalez. Fastball swung on, and the foul tip hung on to for strike 3 by Arhart, the catcher. First strikeout for Gino Gonzalez. 3rd for Visalia pitching on the night. And here's Ben Johnson, the DH. And how about we take a look at some scores from around the major leagues. In the American League with the blood feud that is Yankees-Red Sox. Gonzalez misses down and into Johnson with the ball and no strikes. New York gets the win after the Red Sox blew them out last night. New York comes back and the Yankees win 7-3 tonight at Yankee Stadium. Mike Mussina moves to 6-1 on the year with a victory for the Pinstripers. Up high there, 2 balls, no strikes. And Kurt Schilling takes the loss. He drops to 5-2. That was a pretty good pitching matchup in that one. David Ortiz homered for the Red Sox. A-Rod went yard for the Yanks. There's a strike to Johnson, 2-1. Ben Johnson, a switch hitter, in for the right side. He is 1 for 2 tonight. Singled and stole a base his last time up in the fourth. 2-1. Fastball down and away. And a good hitter's count for BJ. 3 balls and a strike. Detroit doubled up Baltimore 6-3. Ball game in Camden Yards. High chopper foul outside of third base. And it's full 3-2. Justin Verlander gets the win for the Tigers in that one. He's now 4-3 on the year. Brandon Inge and Curtis Granderson both hit home runs for the Tigers. North of the border, Toronto blew a 6-0 lead, only to come back and defeat Oakland 9-7. B.J. Ryan, former Oriole, closes it out for the Jays in that one. This one popped up on the infield, back behind home plate. Arhart has the mask off and will make the catch almost in the batter circle. That was right up the elevator shaft off the bat of Ben Johnson. He pops up, and there are 2 gone here in the bottom of the 6th. Quakes up 3-0. Base is empty. And here's Pat Riley, the left fielder, who's 1 for 2 with a double and a run scored. Other finals from around the American League. How about the parent club? Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim turned a 6-5 game into a 12-5 game with 6 runs in the top of the 9th as they defeat the Chicago White Sox 12-5 at U.S. Cellular today. Strike to Riley, 0-1. Left-hander against left-hander. Curveball from Gonzalez outside, and it's 1-1. Irvin Santana, former Quake. Irvin Santana improves to 3-1 with a win for Los Angeles. Swing and a miss by Riley is 1-2. And Francisco Rodriguez, the other Francisco Rodriguez. We've got a Francisco Rodriguez starting for us tonight. The other Francisco Rodriguez, K-Rod, got his 10th save. Down low, 2-2, the count on Pat Riley. Minnesota, a run better than Texas, 4-3, the final in Arlington. And Kansas City, how about them sweeping Cleveland at home, 10-8, the final. There's a swing and a miss by Pat Riley on a curveball, and that is strike 3. A couple of strikeouts for Gino Gonzalez here in the bottom of the 6th. Nothing out of the infield for the Quakes, and Gonzalez works a 1-2-3 inning. Quakes in the 6th, no runs, no hits, no errors, none left. To the 7th we go. Quakes still blanking the Oaks, 3-0.
Only play offense or only play defense. So when it comes to insurance, why settle for someone that can handle only your auto policy? Bring your home and auto insurance to Allstate now, and you can save big on both. You deserve someone that can assist you more. That's Allstate stand. Are you in good hands? Hey, sports fans, call Allstate agent Tom Brozick at 909-393-4310 today. Subject to availability and qualifications, Allstate Insurance Company, Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company, and Allstate Indemnity Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Whether it's a collision at home plate or on the road, we know that accidents happen. If you've been in an accident and need auto body repair, visit the pros at Rocky's Auto Body. They feature expert collision repair, including state-of-the-art frame straightening and precise color matching. They work with all insurance companies and can even set you up with tow service and a rental car. Visit Rocky's Auto Body right next to the Quakes Ballpark on Rochester, or find out more online at Rocky'sAutoBody.com. Rocky's Auto Body. There's only one way, the right way.
Friends and family visiting you this summer? Don't worry. Add a room instantly by calling your friends at the Red Roof Inn. Red Roof Inns offer quality rooms, friendly service, great rates, and kids stay free. Plus, as a Ready Card preferred member, you'll earn points towards free room nights. With 360 Red Roof Inns nationwide, you'll find locations everywhere, including Ontario, San Dimas, and Victorville. Visit us today at redroof.com or dial 800-RED-ROOF.
Francisco Rodriguez still out there for the Quakes as we get ready to start things here in the top of the 7th. Great outing from Mexrod tonight. 6 scoreless innings thus far here in the 7th. He'll get Jaso, Nowak, and Breen 5, 6, and 7. Big left-handed batter John Jaso takes a change up for a strike, and it's 0-1. Jaso 1 for 2, singled in the fourth, popped up in the second. 0-1 on the way, curveball off the end of the bat and skied into short left field. Pat Riley ranges a little bit over towards left center, puts it away. 2 pitches, 1 out on a routine fly for Francisco Rodriguez. So Jaso gone. Here's no walk to first baseman. Quakes up 3-0 here in the 7th. No walk, hitless tonight. He has struck out and fly to center. Right-hander against right-hander. Rodriguez rocks and fires, and the curveball on the outside corner. It's 0-1. Going back to those big league scores, folks. And Kansas City sweeps Cleveland. Who saw that coming? 10-8 the final in Kansas City. Down low from Rodriguez, the ball and a strike. One other final from the American League. Scott Kazmir outduels Jamie Moyer as the Devil Rays shut out the Mariners 1-0. Kazmir with his 5th win of the year. Jamie Moyer gave up only 1 run in 8 innings, but drops to 1-3. Swung on and missed. That is strike 3. Tim Duff applies the tag to Christopher Nowak. 3rd strikeout for Francisco Rodriguez. And he's now sit down 8 in a row. And here's Breen, the left fielder. Breen 1 for 2. Reach on an infield hit his last time up in the 5th. Since then, 8 straight outs for Francisco Rodriguez. This one lifted foul down the third base side. And it is 0-1. In the National League, some finals to tell you about. Albert Pujols continues to show the world that he is indeed an alien by hitting his 18th home run of the year. Well, they played like 25 games. Got 18 jacks. A strike to Breen, and it's 0-2. My apologies. They played 35. But still, that's a home run every other game. That's like a home run every 6 at-bats. It's ridiculous. Albert Pujols just on a whole other planet, folks. 0-2. Down low, a ball and 2 strikes on Patrick Breen. But St. Louis gets the win 7-4 over Colorado today. That was at the New Busch Stadium. Pujols and Encarnacion homer for the Redbirds. Duff with an outside target. 1-2 from Rodriguez. Fastball just off the plate outside. And I mean just barely outside. It's even at 2-2. Other finals from the senior circuit. Tom Glavine improves to 5-2 as the Mets snap Philadelphia's 9-game winning streak. 13-3. The final at Citizens Bank Park. Rodriguez misses low and away, and it's gone full on Breen, 3-2. Arizona defeats Pittsburgh. Brandon Webb now 6-0. A 7-4 victory for the Diamondbacks over the Buccos at PNC Park. Here's the 3-2 from Rodriguez. Curveball swung on and missed, and that is strike 3. A little half swing by Breen. But he won a round, back-to-back strikeouts for Francisco Rodriguez. He's got 4 on the night, and he has now retired 9 in a row. Another 1-2-3 inning for Francisco Rodriguez here in the top of the 7th. Visalia goes in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. Fans, you know what time it is. Get on up and stretch them out. To the bottom of the 7th we go. Quakes shutting out Visalia 3-0.
Galliano Winery, located at 1431 Wineville Road in Mariloma, California. In business since 1927, the Galliano family's roots run deep in Cucamonga Valley's winemaking history, offering a unique array of 25 varieties, including award-winning wines as well as custom labels. The Galliano tradition continues to grow in the Inland Empire. Try the latest award-winning wines in a relaxed country atmosphere of the tasting room. Enjoy a tour of our landmark complex or relax in the beautiful picnic grounds. To reach Galliano Winery, call 909-685-5376. That's 909-685-5376. Or stop by Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Sunday, 10:30 a.m. to 5 p.m.
A pitcher's best friend is the double play. It gets them out of a jam. When your vehicle's transmission is in a jam, here's a double play combination for you. Carl's Transmission Exchange and the Transmission Man. Carl's is the oldest transmission shop in Rancho Cucamonga, keeping you on the go for over 25 years.
Find Carl's in Rancho Cucamonga on 8th Street between Archibald and Hermosa, and visit the Transmission Man in San Bernardino on Baseline between Del Rosa and Sterling.
Tucson going after the first pitch. Comes up empty here in the bottom of the 7th. As the count 0-1 on the number 7 hitter in this Quakes lineup. Now Gonzalez back with a fastball high and away. And it's even at 1-1. Tucson, Duff, and Leahy 7, 8, and 9 here in the bottom of the 7th. Quakes leading this ball game 3-0. The changeup right down the middle. Tucson couldn't pull the trigger. And it's 1-2. So you saw 1 for 2, snapped an 0 for 17 skid with an RBI single back in the 2nd. This one fouled back to the screen, and it's still 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now a couple of other finals from the National League to pass along to you. Then a handful of ball games that are still going on. There's a swing and a miss on a curveball. That is strike 3. Third strikeout for Gino Gonzalez. And the leadoff man gone here in the bottom of the 7th. Fans, we'll get to those scores in just a second, but right now we have reached the top of the 9 o'clock hour, so let's go ahead and step aside for station identification. You're listening to the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes Radio Network.
You're listening to Rob Sinclair and Quakes Baseball on AM 1370 KWRM Corona.
No balls and a strike to count on Tim Duff as he fouled that fastball against the screen. Duffer 0 for 2. He has flied out and grounded back to the pitcher. That was Jonathan Barrett, the starter for Visalia, back in the 4th inning. 0-1, curveball from Gino Gonzalez, and at beneath, it's 0-2. Elsewhere in the National League, Florida blows out Atlanta 11-3. The Marlins pick up 17 hits in that ball game. There's a curveball called strike 3, and no argument from Tim Duff. He knew it. Back-to-back strikeouts for Gino Gonzalez here in the 7th. He's got 4 strikeouts. He has struck out 4 of the last 5 batters he's faced, and he's got 3 straight strikeouts. We've got Riley swinging to end the 6th, and now Tucson and Duff back-to-back here in the 7th. So base is empty, 2 away. And here's Ryan Leahy, the third baseman. He's in from the right side. Double and a run scored on his line tonight. Fastball high and away from Gonzalez. It's 1-0. Only other final in the National League, Cincinnati, with 3 runs in the bottom of the 8th, defeats the Washington Nationals 9-6 at Great American Ballpark tonight. Leahy fouls this one back. It's 1-1. Nick Johnson and Marlon Byrd both go yard for the Washington Nationals. Adam Dunn hits his 13th home run of the year for the Reds. And there's a ground ball slowly to the shortstop, Reid Brignac. Routine play for Brignac, and he'll throw out Ryan Leahy. Score that one 6-3 in a 1-2-3 inning, turned in by Gino Gonzalez here in the bottom of the 7th. Quakes go in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left. To the 8th we go. Visalia trailing the Quakes 3-0.
Great moments in Laughlin history. Jeff from Barstow tries out his new camera phone.
Hey, Jeff sending pictures from Laughlin.
Oh, looks like you rented a jet ski.
Cool. Now he's floating by a pontoon boat.
Are there girls on there?
Yeah, those are girls.
Are they hot?
Yeah, and they're really tan. I think he's in a casino now.
Are the girls with him?
They're blowing on his dice. Nice, he won.
Good. He owes me money.
They're in a nightclub now.
Whoa.
Knee-deep in females.
Yeah, that never happens when we're with them.
Hello?
Hey, man, you guys should have come down here. Hey, baby.
Jeff says hello.
Uh-huh.
I hate Jeff.
Laughlin, Nevada. Founded on fun.
I don't want to know what that is.
For information, call 1-800-4-LAUGHLIN or go to visitlaughlin.com.
After a big game, the cleanup job that the bleachers need can seem overwhelming. If you're faced with the same sort of dilemma after a day at the office, contact SCS Services. They specialize in industrial and commercial cleaning, and yes, they even do windows, inside and out. For free estimates, call SCS Services in your Yellow Pages, or give them a call at 987-9968. That's 987-9968.
SCS Services. Better service, lower prices.
Top of the 8th inning, and Francisco Rodriguez still out there for the Quakes. He's working on a 4-hitter right now. Has himself a 3-0 lead, and folks, he's getting stronger as the game progresses. Max Rod has set down 9 in a row, has struck out 3 of the last 4 batters he's faced. Here in the 8th, he gets the 8, 9, and 1 hitters for the Oaks. Duffner, Asanovich, and Perez, 8, 9, and 1. There's Duffner, the switch hitter, in from the left side. First offering, lifted in the air to center field. Playable for Cody Fuller, ranges over towards left center, puts it away. 1 pitch, 1 out. Here in the top of the 8th. For the first time tonight, there is action in the Quakes bullpen. That's the right-hander Miguel Gonzalez who is getting warmed up. And we'll see if Gonzalez will be summoned in this ball game. The way Francisco Rodriguez is pitching, you'd hate to see him leave the game. Here's Asanovich in from the right side. Fastball, strike at the knees. It's 0-1. Asanovich 0 for 2. Hit into a double play in the 3rd, then lined out to left in the 5th. 0-1. Curveball downstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike. 3 ball games are going on in the National League still. Some West Coast baseball. Down in San Diego, Padres have a 3-0 lead over my beloved Milwaukee Brewers. Ground ball fair inside the third base bag, now called foul. Now the first base umpire is saying safe at first, while the third base umpire is saying foul ball, and so does the home plate umpire. So it looked to be fair, and the third base umpire is being stared down by Joe Zeckley, the Visalia manager, who is coaching over there at third base. And now Zeckley starting to gesture, and you can tell from his hand gestures that he thought that ball was in fair ground, and Zeckley getting more and more worked up the farther away he gets from the third base umpire. So it's going to be a strike on Asanovich. Folks, I'll be honest with you, I thought that ball was fair. And Sandoval certainly reacted like it was fair. Well, it goes into the books as a strike on Asanovich. Duff setting up outside. Here's the 1-2 from Francisco Rodriguez. Line sharply foul down the right field side, and we'll do it all over again. Asanovich hitting 146 on the year. No home runs, 5 RBIs. But he had 3 hits yesterday. Had 4 hits coming into yesterday's game. Got 3 in last night's contest. Little fly ball on the infield. Ryan Leahy, the second baseman, over to make the play. And 2 gone here in the 8th. 11 in a row retired for Francisco Rodriguez. Joe Zeckley still arguing that ground ball with a third base umpire. And here's the leadoff man for Visalia, Fernando Perez. Quakes up 3-0 here in the top of the 8th. Perez 0 for 2 has also been hit by a pitch. Jumped out of the way of that one, although was not even close to hitting him. A fastball down and in, 1-0. And this is a good sign for Francisco Rodriguez. He's still hitting 90 in the 8th inning. And he doesn't throw much harder than about 91, maybe 92. Curveball down low, 2 balls and no strikes. San Diego with a 3-0 lead on Milwaukee in Petco Park. That's in the 7th inning. The Dodgers blowing out Houston and Chavez Ravine, 9-0 to score there. Actually, no hitting the Astros. That's through 6 innings. Down and in, 3 balls and no strikes. And the Cubs with an 8-1 lead over San Francisco. That ball game in the 8th at Pac-Bell Park. No home runs from Barry Bonds in that one. It's a fastball down low, and Perez walks on 4 pitches. And that snaps the run of 11 straight outs for Francisco Rodriguez. That's the second walk given up by Rodriguez. And as Miguel Gonzalez continues to loosen in the Quakes bullpen, he's been joined by another right-hander, Kevin Jepson. So 2 right-handers throwing for the Quakes, Jeppy and Gonzalez. Well, for now, Rodriguez stays in the game, and he'll face Reid Brignac, the shortstop, going after the first pitch. Pops it foul on the third base side, off the top row of seats, all the way back down to the front row of seats, and the guy 2 feet in front of the dugout makes the catch. That ball hit the support railing on the top row and bounced all the way back down. That's why you play the ball, man. Toss over to first, and Perez dives back in. It's a good crowd on hand tonight here, folks. Just under 2,800. 2,792. As Brignac puts this one in the air to routine center field. Cody Fuller will barely move. Camps out and puts it away. What a start for Francisco Rodriguez. Don't know if he'll take the mound for the 9th, but he has worked 8 brilliant innings with 4-hit baseball as he's kept Visalia off the board once again. Oaks in the 8th, no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. To the bottom of the 8th we go. Rancho Cucamonga on top, 3-0.
This is Rob Sinclair, the voice of the Quakes of the Ontario Airport Marriott. If you're looking for a great place to eat, the Ontario Airport Marriott features the D Street Sports Bar and Grill, open daily from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 a.m., the Pacific Grill for the fine diner, or stop by the 24-hour Pacific Deli. The Ontario Airport Marriott is located at 2200 East Holt Boulevard, just off the 10 freeway. The Ontario Airport Marriott, a proud sponsor of your 2006 Quakes on the radio.
It's your first game. You got your glove?
Yeah.
Good boy. All right, brightly sky, beautiful green grass. You know, there's nothing better than baseball in the summer.
I guess.
Hey, where's that peanut guy?
Dad, we're in the living room.
Hooked on a clear picture? Get hooked on Charter HD TV with a picture 5 times sharper than regular TV plus theater quality sound. You'll watch television like never before. Get local channels in high definition with no equipment to buy. Go where satellite can't. Call 1-888-GET-CHARTER and get hooked. Service not available in all areas. Prices may vary.
Teams prefer a home field advantage. The same can be said in healthcare. Rancho Mobility Medical Equipment and Supplies features a complete line of home health equipment and supplies so that you can thrive anywhere. They feature sales and rentals of wheelchairs, power chairs, walkers, scooters, bath products, ramps, stair lifts, pediatric equipment, and more. Most insurance is accepted, so call 888-853-3565 today. Log on to ranchomobility.com or visit them between Milken and Haven on Arrow.
Opie Trice, real name, no gimmick.
2 trailer park girls go round the outside, round the outside, round the outside.
Bottom of the 8th and top of the order due up for the Quakes. Rancho on top 3-0 in this ball game. See if they can't get some insurance runs against the left-hander Gino Gonzalez. It'll be Fuller, Sandoval, and Rodriguez, 1, 2, and 3. Due up against Gonzalez. Fuller in for the right side. Takes the fastball high and away. And it's 1-0. Fans want to remind you that Quakes Baseball is brought to you in part by Bobby Bajas in Rancho Cucamonga, offering the very best California tri-tip barbecue and Baja street food in the Inland Empire. Let Bobby Bajas cater to your family just like they cater to us here in the press box. Bobby Bajas on the corner of Foothill and Vineyard in Rancho Cucamonga, or give them a call at 989-9925. Swing and a miss by Fuller to even the count at 1-1. Now this one popped foul to the first base side, and it's 1-2. Looking ahead to the top of the 9th, Visalia will have the heart of the order due up. Cumberland, Arhart, and Jaso, 3, 4, and 5. Due up. Don't know if it will be against Francisco Rodriguez. Be great if he had a chance to go for the shutout here. Foul back off to the right. Still 1 and 2 on Fuller. Miguel Gonzalez is not throwing anymore in the Quakes bullpen, with Kevin Jepson is continuing to loosen. And Jeffy, the Quakes closer, or co-closer, along with Frederick Deloise-Gacarni. I'll not be surprised if you saw him here. Popped up first base side and into the seats once more. And Kevin Jepson has not worked since Saturday night in Bakersfield. So he has not pitched in 3 days. Well, we'll see how it all shakes out. 1-2 to Fuller, bouncing ball right side, charging in the second baseman Asanovich, throws on the run and gets his man. 4-3 the scoring there, and 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. Fans, remember, finish up this 3-game series tomorrow night at 7:05. Quakes will send the right-hander Jose Arredondo to the hill. He'll be opposed by Visalia left-hander Brandon Mann. Mann 1 and 2 with an ERA of almost 6. Slider strike to Sandoval here, and it's 0-1. Freddy Sandoval 1 for 2. Reached on an infield hit back in the 5th. He's also lined out and put down a sacrifice bunt. Takes the ball up high here, and it's 1-1. Sandy, a switch hitter, in from the right side against Gino Gonzalez. Got a piece of this one. And it gets fouled back to the backstop. 1-2 the count. Sean Rodriguez goes over, picks that one up, and tosses it to the man-child of a bat boy, Steven Johnson. Steven Johnson, approximately 18 feet tall. Line drive into right field. There's a base hit for Sandoval. He's got 2 hits tonight. That's just the 6th hit for the Quakes tonight. Visalia only has 4. So 1 on and 1 out. And here's Sean Rodriguez. Sandoval, a good base runner over there at first, as he'll be held by Christopher Nowak. First offer and a curveball swung on and missed, as Rodriguez looked discombobulated on that one. It's 0-1. Freddy Sandoval 9 for 12 in stolen base attempts this year. He is tied with Fernando Perez, the Visalia center fielder, for 4th in the California League in stolen bases. Small lead over at first, all the same. Gonzalez chases him back, and Sandoval back standing up. Swing and a miss on the fastball by Sean Rodriguez, and it's 1-2. Outfield straight away on Rodriguez, hitting .336, 4 home runs, 14 runs batted in. Another toss over to first, and Sandoval back standing up. Arhart setting up outside, the 1-2. Fastball upstairs, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rodriguez hit .250 in Cedar Rapids last year. with 14 home runs and 45 runs batted in. He also stole 27 bases. There's the 2-2. Curveball called strike 3. And Rodriguez can't believe it. That was a pretty delayed call by the home plate umpire. And down goes Sean Rodriguez. Second time Rodriguez has struck out looking tonight. 5 strikeouts now for Gino Gonzalez. And here's Michael Collins. And we'll see if Collins can get a hit here as he tries to extend his hitting streak to 9 games. 0 for 3 thus far. He's grounded out, fly to right, and struck out swinging back in the 6th. Left-hander against right-hander. Quick throw over to first. And Sandoval dives back in. Gonzalez from the stretch. First pitch on the way to Michael Collins. Tracks a fastball for a strike. It's 0-1. Bobby Mitchell giving the signs at third base. Wakes up 3-0 here in the bottom of the 8th. 0-1 from Gonzalez. Fastball missed inside. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Quakes have thrown a couple of shutouts this year. They've both been at home. They shut out Bakersfield 3-0 on the second game of the year back on April 8th, and then destroyed Modesto 11-0 back on April 21st. Change up high and away, 2 balls and 1 strike. And the Quakes have been shut out 4 times. It's been kind of a feast or famine offense for the Quakes here in the first month of the season. 2-1. Ground ball hit to the shortstop, Brignac. He'll go the long way and take the out at first. Score that one 6-3, and more than likely that will snap Michael Collins' hitting streak at 8 games. Quakes get a 1-out single from Sandoval, but he never leaves first base. In the 8th, no runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 left. We go to the 9th. Quakes 3 outs away from a victory, and we'll see if Francisco Rodriguez has a chance to finish what he started. Quakes on top, 3-0.
Hey folks, Rob Sinclair here to tell you about the good people at Nationwide Surveys and what they can do for your business. They can handle customer surveys, employee feedback, and even online and on-site data collection. That's Nationwide Surveys, reliable feedback, fast. Call them today at 1-800-252-0640 or visit them at nationwidesurveys.com. That's 800-252-0640 or online at nationwidesurveys.com. Hey fans, Rob Sinclair here reminding you that any night is a great night to enjoy Quakes baseball. Our Monday Madness promotion gets you 2 tickets, 2 hot dogs, 2 sodas, and 2 popcorns for just $12. Come out for Weenie Wednesdays and enjoy delicious Farmer John hot dogs for just $1. And every Thursday, quench your thirst with $1 beers and sodas on Dave & Buster's Thirsty Thursday. To order Quakes tickets in person, stop by the Epicenter from 10 to 5 Monday through Friday and 10 to 2 on Saturday. You can also order by phone by calling 909-481-5252 or buy tickets online at rcquakes.com.
There you are, working diligently on your computer when all of a sudden, there's nothing. All that time and work gone. Yes, computer failure. Most of us have experienced it before. Luckily, the pros at PC Fix are here to help. We know computer problems can hurt the efficiency of your business or frustrate you at home. That's why we take great pride in saving data. We offer prompt certified service at a low flat rate. From repairs and upgrades to internet security, find us in your yellow pages. PC Fix. Don't worry, we can save your data. We fix what they can't.
It's the top of the 9th here in Rancho Cucamonga. And Francisco Rodriguez still out there for the Quakes as he's looking to go the distance and toss a complete game shutout. Standing in his way, the heart of the Visalia order, Cumberland, Arhart, and Jaso, 3, 4, and 5. And Sean Cumberland digs in from the left side. Rodriguez kicks and deals. And the fastball right at the knees at 89 miles an hour. And the count Down 0-1. Right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter. Cumberland 0 for 2 with a walk. Fastball outside there from Francisco Rodriguez. And it's a ball and a strike. Action does continue in the Quakes bullpen. That is Kevin Jepson who continues to warm up. 1-1. Fast changeup, swung on and missed. It's 1-2. Francisco Rodriguez looking to go the distance for the first time for the Quakes since Steven Shell threw a complete game in 2004. Here's a 2-hopper to Sean Rodriguez. Picks, throws, got him. Score that one. Only 16 players in Quakes history have thrown a complete game shutout. 2-1. Ground ball foul outside of first base, and it's even at 2-2. So you're talking about 16 complete game shutouts in 13 full seasons for the Quakes as a franchise. This being our 14th year. So it does not happen very often. Infield at double play depth. Quakes have turned 3 double plays already tonight. Jaso calls time and steps out. Quakes up 3-0 here in the top of the 9th. 1 on, 1 out. Arhart, the runner at first, held by Michael Collins. There's the 2-2 to Jaso. Fastball high and away, and it's full. Jaso 1 for 3 tonight. Singled in the 4th. Popped up in the 2nd. And flied out in the 7th. Outfield straight away. There's the payoff pitch. Bouncing ball, first base side. Collins to second for 1. The relay to first. Not in time with Francisco Rodriguez covering. But the Quakes get the lead runner, and now the Oaks down to their final out. A fielder's choice for John Jaso. Josh Arhart out at second base, 3-6. As Jaso reaches base, and now with 2 away, here's no walk. Francisco Rodriguez 1 out away from going the distance. Right-hander against right-hander, no walk, 0 for 3 with a couple of Ks tonight. First offering, a curveball that stayed high. It's 1-0. No walk, not an easy out. He's hitting .305. No homers, 19 ribs, 1-0. Big swing and a miss on another curveball. And it's 1-1. Duff setting up outside, 1-1. Swing and a miss on a slider. 1-2 now the count. And the Oaks are down to their final strike. Francisco Rodriguez looking to finish what he started way back at 7:06. 2.5 hours later, here's the 1-2. Fouled off to the right. And we'll do it again. Jaso, the runner, was moving on that pitch. Quakes don't care about Jaso over there at first. Get the guy at the plate, and everybody goes home happy. Quakes looking to win for the 3rd time in their last 4 games. Duff setting up outside. Jaso moving again. 1-2. Fastball high. And John Jaso goes to second base on defensive indifference. So Jaso in scoring position. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The count on no walk. Rodriguez has the sign. Check of the runner, the 2-2. Down in the dirt, covered up by Tim Duff. And it's gone full 3-2. So back-to-back full counts for Francisco Rodriguez. He got Jaso to bounce into the fielder's choice in the previous at-bat. We'll see what he does with no walk here. 3-2 the crowd. Crowd of almost 2,800 coming alive here. And the 3-2 home. Fouled back over the roof. And we have to wait for at least one more pitch. Right-handed pitcher, right-handed batter. Off with the target. 3-2. Fouled again. Kevin Jepson continuing to toss in the Quakes bullpen. He's ready if the Quakes need him. Well, Francisco Rodriguez looking for the first complete game shutout for the Quakes since 2004. 3-2 on the way. In the air, right field, slicing towards the seats, and this one will get out of play. And a big-time battle here between Francisco Rodriguez and Christopher Nowak. Neither one giving in here. Up with the sign. A look back by Rodriguez. The 3-2 again. Fouled back against the screen. Another 3-2 pitch now. Time is called. And Nowak steps out. John Jaso, the runner at second. 2 out here in the top of the ninth. Quakes trying to nail down a 3-0 win. One more strike would do it. Here's the 3-2. In the air, pops him up, and this will end it. Leahy, the second baseman, with his heels on the outfield grass, puts it away. And Francisco Rodriguez goes the distance. A complete game, 5-hit shutout for Francisco Rodriguez. High fives all around for Mex Rod and his catcher, Tim Duff. And the Quakes win it by a final count of 3-0. Nicely done by the battery of Rodriguez and Duff. As the Quakes pick up their third shutout of the season and their first complete game shutout since Stephen Shell did it in 2004. Visalia in the ninth. No runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 runner left. Again, the final score here tonight, Rancho Cucamonga blanks Visalia behind Francisco Rodriguez. The final is 3-0. We'll go ahead and step aside for 90 seconds. Come back with the post-game totals, and we'll wrap things up from here at the ballpark. Final score, Quakes 3 and the Oaks 0. Back in a minute and a half here on the Quakes Radio Network.
A few years ago, a small bank from Rancho Cucamonga started sending shockwaves through the banking industry. Vineyard Bank rolled through Southern California with a creative force that is changing the way we bank. We created small ripples at first, with innovative ways to move money quickly and effectively, where it would help businesses and families the most. Then our reputation grew stronger thanks to personal bankers with a can-do attitude committed to building lasting relationships. Vineyard Bank's financial performance was off the scale. A fast-growing bank with a rising stock. New, customer-friendly branches offering easy access to your money, opening throughout the Southland. Online banking on our award-winning website at www.vineyardbank.com. That's Vineyard Bank, proud to be your hometown bank, proud to support our hometown team. For more information, please call 1-800-442-4996. That's 1-800-442-4996.
You know, the goal of baseball is to get home quickly. The last thing you want to see is some player lollygagging around third when there's going to be a close play at the plate. Well, Farmer John feels the same way about ham, bacon, sausage, and hot dogs. You know, all Farmer John products are made fresh right here in the Southland. That way, they get to your home as quickly as possible. And it's a short slide into the plate. That's your plate at home. No home plate. Get fresh. Get Farmer John.
Here at the Epicenter, where tonight the Quakes shut out Visalia by a final count of 3-0. Quakes win for the third time in 4 games. But the story tonight, folks, Francisco Rodriguez going the distance and turning in Rancho Cucamonga's first complete game shutout since 2004. With the win, the Quakes go back to 2 games over 500, 17-15 on the year for Rancho Cucamonga. They win it with 3 runs on 6 hits, committed just 1 error. And they left 4 men on base, 2 of them in scoring position. Visalia, meanwhile, falls back to 7 games under 500. They are 13-20 on the year, no runs on 5 hits. They committed 3 errors, left 6 runners on base, 3 of them in scoring position. The winner tonight for Rancho Cucamonga is the right-hander Francisco Rodriguez. You know, folks, I was talking with Michael Collins before the game on the On Deck show, and we were kind of going over what questions I was going to talk to him, because he was a little bit shy about doing the pregame interview. And I said, you know, the last question I'll ask is, what do you expect to see about Francisco Rodriguez tonight? And Collins kind of laughed and shook his head and said, you know, with Frankie, he might last 1 inning. He could throw a no-hitter. And it wasn't quite a no-hitter, but it was a complete game shutout. So Michael Collins, pretty prophetic there before the game, sitting down in the dugout. Francisco Rodriguez gets the win and improves to 1-2 on the year. Gets his first win of the year in style as he goes 9 shutout innings, 5 hits, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts for Francisco Rodriguez. He also hit a batter, but no big deal. He was absolutely fantastic in this ball game tonight. Jonathan Barrett takes the loss for Visalia. He works into the 5th, but not out of it. Barrett falls to 0-1. As in 4 1/3 innings, he is charged with 3 runs on 5 hits, and he takes the loss. No save in this one, obviously, because Rodriguez went the distance. So again, the Quakes get the win. Rancho Cucamonga now 17-15 on the year, 3 runs, 6 hits, 1 error, and 4 runners left. Visalia drops to 13-20 with a loss. No runs, 5 hits, 3 errors, and 6 runners left. On the personal side of things, Francisco Rodriguez gets the complete game shutout and improves to 1-2 with the victory. Jonathan Barrett takes the loss. He is now 0-1. Fans, we're going to go ahead and say goodbye to you for now, but don't go anywhere. When we come back, it's going to be the Yellow Book USA post-game show. We'll recap this ball game, give you a look at how the runs were scored, take you through the California League scoreboard, and we'll take a little bit of a longer look at the job that Francisco Rodriguez did in the complete game shutout here tonight. But for now, we say goodbye. Yellow Book USA post-game show is next. Quakes win it 3-0. You're listening to the Quakes Radio Network.
Rancho Cucamonga Quakes baseball has been brought to you in part by the Ontario Airport Marriott, Vineyard Bank, Charter Media, Galliano Winery, the City of Laughlin Convention and Visitors Bureau, Sprint, Chipotle, Red Roof Inn, the City of Rancho Cucamonga, Allstate Insurance, Farmer John, Xbox, Yellow Book USA, and NationwideSurveys.com. KWRM 1370 is the radio home for Quakes baseball all season long. This has been Rancho Cucamonga Quakes baseball. The Yellow Book USA postgame show is next.